Hello ladies and gentlemen, hello ladies and gentlemen, hello ladies and gentlemen, hello ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that works now, right? Hopefully that works, hopefully that works, hopefully that works, and I'm back where I should be and it's not crazy and the sound isn't weird and I'm not lagging and stuff. Hopefully that works. To be fair, it didn't cut off that long, did it? It only cut off like halfway through when I was talking about Elephant Graveyard, so it's okay. So it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. So we should be back now, should be back. Thank you everybody for alerting me in the stream chat. Thank you for everybody in the alert chat for alerting me. Thank you everybody in the stream chat for alerting me. Thank you everybody in the stream chat for alerting me that my Wi-Fi just went down. Just not even my fault there. The Wi-Fi just decided to go haywire for no reason. It was working perfectly fine and it just went crazy. Don't know why, but it is what it is. We are back. Big up everybody, big up everybody, big up everybody, big up everybody, big up everybody. Cool. Let's bigger Chris Mac. AZ is the landlord moving a Pakistani family of 14 into studio is hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Big up Gamebreak Footballer, big up Mrs. Your Girl, Jordan Ray, R Skins, Beef Pockets, I see you, Jordan, Jack Tony Jr. Sorry. Everyone appreciate. Let's go. Let's get right into it. So I did Elephant Graveyard, right? I think I did Elephant Graveyard, but because you know it's a shout out, I'm gonna do it one more time. I already did it, but I'm gonna do it one more time. Okay, one more time. I already played it. Wait, one more time. Please forgive me.
No prejudice and hatred. Across Canada, we all care for each other. We don't shoot each other and kill each other on every street corner.
Caramel in the middle, ice cream, chocolate, and peanuts. The best.
Big up fucking Elephant Graveyard. You gotta love fucking Elephant Graveyard. Big up
the American fan.
I love it, man. I love it.
Coast to coast can kiss my.
I love it. So yeah, we're gonna fucking play the rest of that, or the last half. We played the last half. No, we'll play a bit of it the last half an hour of the show. Maybe last 10 minutes now because I've wasted some time on my shitty internet. So apologies for that one. Let's move on. So Joe Rogan had Matt McCusker on the show. As I mentioned previously, Matt McCusker was on there primarily for his Netflix special, which is Matt McCusker, A Humble Offering, which I'll probably do a reaction to tomorrow, and I'll put that up on Patreon if you want to care about that one. I'll probably react to that special and put it up on Patreon tomorrow. But I was saying it's actually a good look for Matt McCusker because I'm not really... when I think of Matt McCusker, I think of him and Shane Gillis, right? I don't really think of him as a single entity, unfortunately. Matt and Shane Magical podcast super huge. I know he's really funny, so it's actually a really cool and it kind of shows how funny he must be that he's got a special on fucking Netflix. You know, that's fucking amazing, to be honest. Because you know, like I said before, I don't really know much about his stand up at all. I know he's really funny on podcasts, but I'm looking forward to watching his special. Anyways, the point I wanted to bring up this video is thus, according to DSP, right? The point why I brought this video up is as follows. Rogan is really going out of his way. He's kind of doing the same thing Brian Callen's doing, where it's almost like it's like willful ignorance. So this clip is relating to the Epstein files slightly, right? It's relating to the Epstein files slightly because it's like he doesn't want to talk about it, right? Which is understandable if you don't want to talk about it, but it's also one of the biggest topics in the news. And it also implicates a lot of people that he knows, like his friends, quote unquote, right? Not really friends, they're like former guests that he's kind of known and gotten close to. You would probably say he's more friends with maybe Trump, maybe, right? He's in his inner circle. Trump calls his phone personally. They have phone conversations. Trump revealed that, by the way, which is funny, right? Rogan never reveals that sort of stuff. I always find that really interesting. Rogan would never reveal something like that on his own show, because he knows how that looks and how it sounds. But Trump was the one that revealed during an interview that, yeah, him and Rogan talk on the phone. So I guess because his friends are implicated in the Epstein files, Rogan is really hesitant to maybe talk about it. And plus he has former guests that he had on the show who he gave really softball interviews to, right? Not a lot of pushback, not a lot of grilling. Again, I don't expect him to grill like... I don't know, man. I'm in a weird place with sort of interview stuff because I think I said the same thing about Lex Friedman, right? When Lex Friedman was getting, you remember when Lex Friedman was getting kind of like grilled a lot on social? it's kind of chilled now. I think it's kind of chilled out. I think there was a massive Lex Friedman hate train on social media, and most of it was because of his reluctance to like push back, right? His reluctance to like ask questions and stuff, the hard questions at least, right? I guess when it comes to people associated with Epstein, you're kind of getting them, like, you're kind of bringing them on the show not because of their connection to Epstein, right? You're bringing them on the show because they're very like accomplished people, successful people, so you want to get to know more about them. But also the Epstein thing is a really big deal, so you kind of have to ask, isn't it? They cannot answer if they don't want to answer, but you kind of have to ask the question. You can't just pretend it's not a question to ask, you know? Like, that's the thing that's really odd about Rogan. Like with some people, right, he lets them get away with it. Like, he doesn't really ask those kind of questions. Maybe because he's afraid of the answer. Maybe they said beforehand they're not going to answer those questions. I don't know. But I just find it really odd. I find it really odd. I really find it really odd. Really odd that this guy who I kind of, you know, somewhat grew up listening to, who was obsessed with conspiracy theories, right? I think Rogan got more people introduced to conspiracy theories, mainstream, than he did probably UFC, you know? I'm not going to lie. I think Rogan made conspiracy theories mainstream. You know what I mean? I swear to God he did. I swear in part. He made conspiracy theories mainstream. Because before it was a little like, I won't say little, but it was a bit of a fringe thing. It was a bit of a fringe thing. It was proper tinfoil hat wearing, which was not a good description, right? That was a bit of a slur back in the day. And he kind of made it popular to kind of question the common held beliefs, right? To kind of question the collective narrative, to question authority, to kind of peek behind the curtain, to scratch beneath the surface, right? Nothing is as it seems. Iran Contra, all this shit, right? He was on it. He was on conspiracy theories. I just find it impossible to believe that the guy I grew up listening to, who was obsessed with conspiracy theories, would have Jeffrey Epstein's former chef on and not ask him a question about Epstein. It doesn't need to be like a probing one, just about his food. I don't know, something, brother. You've got his former chef on the show, you don't ask a question. You got his former chef on the show, and you don't ask a question. Like, I don't know. Anyway, all that to say, Rogan in this clip does everything in his power to avoid saying Epstein. And to avoid saying what he's actually worried about. Because in this clip, him and Matt McCusker are talking, and Rogan basically is complaining and kind of moaning about news, right? His main issue now is the news. It's like Callan's main issue about the Epstein files isn't fucking feeling sorry about the victims, isn't the disgusting crimes that were committed against them, isn't the cover up. It isn't the fucking people that are getting away with it. The thing that Brian has the biggest problem with, Brian Callan, is the cover up, right? He has a big problem with like, who was in the police at that time when you got convicted, who said don't look at this. That's what Callan's main gripe was. And Rogan's main gripe here in this clip, his main gripe is the news cycle.
You have a gun?
You're a bit casual.
He went and had a word with the kebab shop about Wi-Fi, face with monocle emoji.
You guys in this fucking kebab shop Wi-Fi comment, you guys are stupid anyway. You guys are really stupid. You guys are really fucking stupid about this kebab shop Wi-Fi. Really? This kebab shop Wi-Fi meme is ridiculous. It's stupid. It's offensive. It's insulting. It's depressing. And everything else in basically. But be out casual, I appreciate it. Be out casual. Anyways, let me continue before I get really irate. Let me press this play and you listen to Rogan do everything in his power to avoid saying why he actually is stressed out. We know why.
I don't know what they're made out of. It was like a nylon, like a very thin nylon.
So it's not getting caught
nice
up.
And slick.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but baby powder, no bueno. What else?
They're saying
Asbestos.
LED lights now.
That's what I keep hearing.
LED. They're saying like it kills your
Aren't
mitochondria.
these
or something.
LED? Are these LED? Fuck, do we have to change our lights? Are we dying in here?
What is that? LED lights and what?
I think they like crush your mitochondria.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if I just get scared by AI clips on Instagram.
Bro, I'm
but
scared
it's
of
like,
everything. I have to fucking stay offline.
I know.
I'm reading too much of the news, and it's overwhelming me. Like sometimes at nighttime, like I can't wind down.
Yeah.
It's just like there's too much news. It's too much fucking madness. We're about to go to war with Iran.
I know.
Like everyone's eating beef jerky and pizza. Like, what are these file? What the fuck is pizza?
I know.
You know, how far does this go? How come this?
What the fuck is pizza? What the fuck? Like, I love how you're just being like.
Do you have a gun?
Big up casual, big up casual.
We fuck with you because we love you, brother.
Yeah,
Red
big up,
heart emoji.
yeah, big up. I know. Big up casual, big up casual, big up casual. What the fuck is pizza? What the fuck is beef jerky? I don't even know what's going on. Honestly, Rogan, man, you're better than this, man. Joe Rogan, you're better than this, man. I've still got hope in you that you can come back around. I'm still holding on to hope that you can still come back around. But you're better than this, man. You're better than this.
Never got released before. Like, what is happening?
I mean, my thing is like, I'm not. First of all, the news for me is like, aside from all like the disastrous wars, it's just so like negative. When you read the news, is mostly people being like, "Guess who's a giant piece of shit?"
Right.
You read that over and over, and you get like addicted to being like, "Yeah, that guy sucks."
Oh my god, man. Oh my god. Yeah, it's the news's fault, isn't it? It's the news's fault. Of course it is. God almighty. Yo, big up Chris Mack. I saw Matt McCusker perform in an hour in Skankfest NOLA. It was good. I think it's actually newer than the material in his Duke's special. Okay, cool. Good to know. Big up Chris Mack. I'll react to it tomorrow, actually. I'm going to literally react to it tomorrow. I'll do a recording. I'll put it up on the fucking Patreon. I know I always say this, but I'll definitely do that tomorrow. I'm going to watch it. I want to check out his special.
Good.
Well, there was an article that I read recently about people being addicted to outrage. And that's a real thing.
Oh, for sure.
Being addicted to being upset about stuff and addicted to outrage. You go search for it, which is why.
Oh my god. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. I feel so. I've never felt more insulted, like intelligence wise. You know, is this like an intelligence? Is this like a perceptive gaslighting? Contextual gaslighting? What is this? The Epstein files are horrific. We've only got what, half of it so far. We're probably not going to get the other half anytime soon. We'll get it soon, but we're not going to get it anytime soon. So far what we've read is horrific. Many people have died, mostly victims and associated figures. You know, not a lot of perpetrators have been arrested for the most part and put into jail. Prince Andrew's going through a bit of a madness at the moment. Ghislaine Maxwell is trying to negotiate for a release, it seems like, with all these interviews and stuff that she's trying to do behind closed doors. There's some heavy people implicated. Most of the names have been redacted. It's pretty dark, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't think you're an outrage ambulance chaser if you're balls deep in the Epstein files and trying to get to the bottom of it, or trying to call out some of the nonsense, some of the cover-ups, some of the powerful people that are not being held to account, some of the hypocrisy, right? I don't think you're an ambulance chaser. I really don't think so. I really don't think you're addicted to outrage, huh? We don't even live in a cancel culture era anymore nowadays. We really don't. We don't live in a cancel culture era nowadays at all. If anything, the only people that I see getting cancelled nowadays are people that have real jobs. The only people that I see getting cancelled nowadays are people that have 9-to-5s, right? Like that whole thing that happened with Charlie Kirk's assassination, when the whole right wing started to like weaponize cancel culture, right? They were complaining about cancel culture, then they weaponized it for their own gain because they didn't like how people were celebrating Charlie Kirk's assassination, right? Or being happy about it or whatever. And they were sending the clips to their employers, and then they were getting fucking fired. That's the only time you see people getting fired, like regular people. Nowadays, if you got a large enough platform, you can basically say anything and you're never going to get deplatformed or cancelled or anything. You're fine. As long as you've got fans who are willing to support you and view you and shit, you are perfectly fine. So this outrage thing that he's talking about doesn't even exist. Like, it doesn't, like, it did in the past. I'm sure you could like outrage, you could like band together online and outrage your way to get somebody cancelled, but it's not the case anymore. If people are outrageous because this whole thing is fucking outrageous. It's quite depressing. It's actually outrageous. But to say that people are obsessed with outrage because they are paying attention to the Epstein files, or they're like digging a bit deeper, they're trying to cross-reference things and find out things for themselves and watching documentaries from like conspiracy theorists or reading this, reading that, I don't think that's a wrong, like, that's news, isn't it? Like, I don't know what's going on right here. I really don't.
Why your algorithm shows you all that shit.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like they watch your facial expression through your phone camera and feed you stuff if you're making like interested or outraged or whatever.
I wouldn't be shocked.
So I've heard they like track your eyeball movement and they're like, okay, this is holding his eyes, and they just keep feeding you.
Really?
I've heard that.
Should probably put a piece of tape over that bitch.
I know. I know.
You know? I wonder if you did, how much would change. That'd be an interesting experiment.
Well, they got you mic'd too, so they got your audio.
That's
so.
true.
But yeah, the new dude, yeah, all that Epstein shit is like, I can't follow it. It's too much. There's too many names. I don't know state representative. They're like naming all these people. It's like, damn, I wish I knew who that was.
And it's dark too. Like
it's horrible.
And it goes so high. There's so many levels to it. You know, Sagar and Yeti was just on Flagrant, and they were reading off files and talking about and it's just like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, you need to study all day to like follow it. Prince Andrew's crazy.
Oh, by the way, did you guys know about fucking what you call it? What's his name? Carl Kalinsky. He blocked Rogan's number, innit? I thought that was kind of funny. A little bit dramatic, to be fair, but kind of funny. I think somebody called in. No, somebody sent him a super chat for one of his live streams. I saw a clip somewhere. Somebody sent a super chat asking about Rogan or something. Like, you know, because Carl Kalinsky goes super hard on Rogan against him. And he was on the show quite often, right? On Rogan before. But since Rogan's kind of gone a bit, you know, a bit MAGA, Carl Kalinsky's obviously not the fan of it. And he was basically saying, yeah, like, he's a completely different person to the person that I kind of knew. I'm not down for that at all. I've got a moral compass. Fuck that guy. And he's blocked his number. Like, so it's not even like... Because I always thought, oh, I would love to see Carl Kalinsky on Rogan now, but there is no possibility because Rogan might have called him, but he wouldn't know, you know, because his number's been blocked. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? But again, I rate it, but it's a little bit dramatic, a little bit over. I think men in general shouldn't block people. I don't think so. I think that's a very womanly thing to do, to be honest, to go through and like, I'm blocking you. It's like, relax, you know, grow up. Just don't answer the phone. You know, it's not that hard.
Him getting arrested. He's the first. What other prince has gotten arrested? It must have been like not since 500 years ago.
Yeah, when was the last time a prince was arrested?
I have no idea. And also, if he goes to jail, if he goes to real jail, he's getting clapped. Yeah, he's a known. You know, it's very, very likely he was a pedophile. If pedophiles go to jail.
Well, what do they know that they're putting him in jail first, or they're arresting him first? Like, what do they know? Because they did a bunch of things, right? The first thing they do is they stripped him of his princehood, right?
Exactly.
And then they banished him to...
Easy to talk about Prince Andrew, isn't it? It's easy to talk about Prince Andrew. Why don't you talk about Peter Thiel? Why do you want to talk about Peter Attia? Why do you want to talk about the Elon emails? Huh? It's easy to talk about Prince Andrew. It's easy. He's the easy one. That's low-hanging fruit. Prince Andrew is low-hanging fruit. Simple. Everyone can talk about Prince Andrew. But can you talk about your boys, though? Can you talk about your actual boys?
Some estate somewhere on the country, and then they removed him from the estate. They kicked him out of that estate.
Yeah.
So it's been like levels upon levels. So what do they know?
I think the royal family gets to see the real deal. So they probably saw the real deal and were like, bro, you're fried. You're going to jail. And he might be the first. He might get like clapped in jail.
Jesus.
Someone might get royal
asshole?
Yeah, he might get royal fucking pussy in jail.
Don't you think they have...
That's what happens, isn't it? When a white man marries a black lady, that's what happens, man. When a white man marries a black lady, that's what happens. Big up Matt McCusker.
Have him in, did they have protective
For sure.
custody?
He'll be
clapped. Bussy and clapped is hilarious.
He'll be in protective custody for sure.
Do they have that over there?
They'll probably make a jail for him. I would imagine they do. I think anything we have here, I would imagine they have protective custody. Because if people even think you're a pedophile in jail, they're gonna.
Do you think that starts like a whole?
That's not the case though. Not all pedophiles die in prison. Some do, but not all. He's acting as if like, you know what I mean, prison's this one great like the one place where justice is exacted. I mean, it's not fucking Gotham. You know what I mean? This is not fucking Gotham, man. Relax. Like, it would be good if PDFs were, you know, let's say, taken out in prison all the time. But it's not always the case. It's really not always the case. It doesn't happen that often either, to be fair. Will they get like, you know, will they have a bad time in there? Probably. But die? Come on, man. Relax. Especially fucking Prince Andrew. Like, he's a rough, he's like, people, anyway, whatever. I'm not going to continue.
Cascade, and then a bunch of other people start getting arrested?
No, I think they're going to hang him up and be like, we got him.
Ooh.
I don't believe that all these billionaires are going to let themselves get arrested. They have billions of dollars.
Paris prosecutors opened 2 new Epstein-linked investigations. Uh-oh. With who?
There was, I think it's the Jean-Luc guy.
Who's that?
A co-conspirator. He was also
Who's that? Jean-Luc Bernard. Who's that? Oh my god, man. He's like actually avoiding this stuff, isn't it? He's really actively avoiding these things because he doesn't want to read too much about his friends, people that he's been close to, finding out what they may be tied to. Who's Jean-Luc Bernard, you know? Who's Jean-Luc Bernard? This guy, man. This guy.
Died in it. He died in custody.
I actually want Whitney Webb to come on. I actually want, if they find Whitney Webb, if they're able to fucking lock in a date with Whitney Webb, because I think she kind of went MIA because she had a kid in it. I think she went MIA because she had a kid and she was getting a bit paro about the conspiracy theories that she was uncovering, and she might get something might happen to her. I think she went dark or went underground or whatever. But if they manage to find Whitney Webb and get her on the show, I'm actually really happy and I'll be really glad, because she's gonna say things, you know? She's just gonna say things. She's just gonna rattle things off. And it's gonna be funny to see Rogan be squirming when names are mentioned like Elon and stuff. It's gonna be funny to see him squirming. I actually really want her to come on.
Oh, God damn it, not again.
So they've reopened the investigation on that. And somebody else, I think, that they just found out that was high up in I lost it here.
How did he die in jail?
Officially?
Yeah.
There you go. He was found dead.
Okay, so
just found dead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he died. How old was he?
At the time.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, and also the
76.
Oh, that's about the time dudes like that die.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here at all. Nothing to see here. Please move along. Nothing to see here. Natural cause of death. Natural age to die. Nothing to see here whatsoever. Please move swiftly along. Do not look back. Do not scream. Please walk forward, because if you look back, you might get turned into a statue made of stone.
But they didn't ever. There's a probe, and I think they've reopened the probe also.
Of how he died?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's going to be a tough one to solve.
Yeah, you're going to hit some roadblocks. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody whacked him. We were just talking about the guy that Epstein was in jail with, which is crazy. Like, if Epstein is alive, some people think he's alive. Some people think they scooted him out of his cell, switched a body double, killed that guy. But why would they put him in jail with that gigantic cop who is a contract killer? That fucking guy.
Yeah, big up Chucky. Big up, who's that? Big up Chuck C. As a guard, I've seen them. I guess you mean PDFs, right? As a guard, I've seen them get very little food, have high rent to stay in the block or unit. If they can't pay rent, they get sent to protective custody. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
That's one picture. Show me.
But yeah, they usually get separated anyway, innit? Usually, it makes sense.
The picture, the tank top picture. Yeah. That's the one.
Whoa,
like, bro! Look at the size of that guy. And this guy was a cop who was a dirty cop who was killing drug dealers.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that was the plan. Be like, all right, we'll put him in here. It'll sound good if this guy kills him. Like, oh man.
And then 18 days before he died, he complained that his cellmate tried to kill him.
What?
Yeah. See if we can find
the different guy?
No, Epstein did.
No, I'm saying was he complaining about the murderous cop, or is this a different guy?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, how did he try to kill him and not kill him?
That's what I was just going to say.
What the fuck are you talking about? Epstein slipped away and just like sat in the corner?
I mean, maybe he screamed loud enough and the guards came.
Yeah, but they would
The
separate
night Jeffrey
them.
Epstein claimed his cellmate tried to kill him. So he laid in a fetal position on the floor of his jail cell, unresponsive with an orange fabric noose. Oh, this is when they found him. 18 days before Epstein's death, he wasn't breathing. His eyes were opening. Oh, so this was when they found him. Oh, they found him in the fetal position? Oh, no, that's with the orange fabric noose. That's when they found him dead. Okay. 18 days before Epstein.
You could just read it, innit? Like, he's trying to understand it before reading it. Is he trying to avoid things? Instead of trying to just read it and you understand what the fucking thing is. Oh, 18, no, noose. Okay, no, before. Just read it. Read the article. It's not that hard. He's doing that thing that fucking Asmongold does, isn't it? Big up Asmongold. Asmongold does this really funny thing where he won't read an article. He'll just see the fucking title, the clickbait title on Twitter, and immediately get triggered by that. It's like, brother, come on, man, brother, read the article.
No. Okay. So it is saying that. So it's saying that he had an orange noose tied around his neck 18 days before he died.
What? What? What the fuck?
What? So July 23rd, 2019, 18 days before Epstein's death. He wasn't breathing, his eyes opening and shutting occasionally, but he wouldn't or couldn't respond to officers' questions and commands, according to a confidential corrections officer's memo obtained by CBS News. They hoisted inmate 7631854 onto a stretcher. Officials have repeatedly said Epstein's death, eventual death by suicide, was foreshadowed by this earlier alleged attempt. Former Attorney General Bill Barr reiterated that claim in an August closed-door deposition before the House Oversight Committee, which released the interview transcript last week. Barr, who did not reply to questions from CBS News, said in his testimony he knew about the July 23rd incident, which he viewed as an attempted suicide. Barr said he considered it indicative of Epstein's state of mind.
I know, I'll leave it there. You get to big up Jack Downey Jr. Rogan's pod will continue to get less diverse as he mitigates the topic of all files requires more and more suppression. Exactly. They are the targets before couples. Key P. AZ, you've been watching UFC? No, not really, brother. I'm gonna skip this one today. I'm not doing a watch along for today. I'll skip this one for today. I may watch it tomorrow. I may download it and watch the whole thing tomorrow, but I'm not doing a watch along today. Knights of Seven Kingdom. I still got episodes to go through. Don't spoil it yet. I still haven't watched episode 7 of Knights of Seven Kingdom, but I heard it's fucking amazing. Supposedly, I've heard these episodes of Knights of Seven Kingdom are getting better ratings than House of the Dragon. They're actually getting better ratings than House of the Dragon, so I'm really looking forward to it. I've got the episode 5 downloaded, but I've been so busy streaming, I ain't got time to watch it yet, but I'll watch it later. We got Chuck D's, Can't Be Anything, packs of noodles and having drugs smuggled in, barriers and stuff. I can see him taking himself out. Yep. Okay, cool. Let's leave that there. You get the gist of what I was trying to say there. You get just what I was trying to say there. Cool. Golden hour. That's a fucking crazy fucking screen grab as well, by the way. I won't have that. That's actually a good screen grab. Let's get this. I don't know what I'll use it for, but let's just get that anyway. I don't know why you'd ever want your hand to be in that position. So, what do you guys think about this, right? What do you guys think? I have my doubts. I really do have my doubts, but I'd love to know what you guys think in the stream chat. Brendan shares a story of when his son, his favorite son, his firstborn, Tiger Schaub, got into a fight at his school. I think it's school. I don't think it's baseball. I think it's school. Do you believe this story? Do you believe this story? Do you believe this story? This sounds a little bit fanciful to me. This sounds a little like... Why I say fanciful? Because why is it that all comedians, right? I know Brendan isn't a comedian anymore, but let's just call him a comedian to make things easy. Why do all comedians seem to have kids that are like super funny in their stories, or that do these really like, I won't say well-rounded, but why do comedians' kids always seem to sound so like Herculean in their stories? You know, it's really interesting. They're not like, they don't do anything like normal like a kid does, you know? It's always, oh my god, my kids are some, like, it's just like, did your kids really say that, or are you just like adding lines? Did they say something like that? Did they do something like that, but you're just kind of, you know, adding some salt, adding some seasoning to the story to make it sound a bit better? Because I'm not really too sure if I believe this. I'm not too sure if I believe this, but let me know what you think. Do you believe this story? Yes or no?
I didn't tell you. Tiger got in a fight.
Uh-oh. How's the other kid?
T got in a fight. T got in a straight up fight.
Come on, tell how. How's the other kid? You don't want to tell. You don't want to say it.
Oh my god, man! Oh my god! Eric Griffin. I'm talking to you right now. Okay, Eric Griffin, I'm talking to you right now. Eric Griffin, I'm talking to you right now. Eric Griffin, I'm talking to you right now. I don't mind if you want to suck Brendan's dick. I don't mind if you want to suck Brendan's dick. I don't believe in that sort of thing. I believe when you work in a place, you should be respected. And no, when you work in a place, you should respect your job, right? You should respect your job. You should be trying to do as hard. You should try and do as good as a job as you can to ensure you do the best work possible, so that that job can pay you for your time. Because that's what you're doing, right? You're working a job. So wanting to do a good job, wanting to do well for the fans, and wanting to respect your boss and respect the scenario or scenery that you're in, cool, no problem. I've got no problem with that. If you want to suck Brendan's dick, it's okay. If you want to laugh excessively at all these jokes and think that he's the most funniest guy in the world, it's okay. I get it. But where I draw the line is sucking off his son. Sucking off his son's dick is where I draw the line. That is unacceptable as a man. You have your own son. Why are you glazing another man's son? You have your own son. Why don't you glaze your own son? Why don't you glaze your own son? Why are you sucking off? Oh, you're going to fight. How is the other kid? How is the other kid? How is the other kid? Oh. Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? What, are you okay though? Honestly. Chat, please tell me. Chat, am I bugging out here? I really don't mind it if he sucks off Brendan. Like, I know I take the piss out of it a lot. He overly laughs at Brendan's jokes, right? I know I take the piss out of it. I know I take the piss out of him, but I understand, bro. When you have a job, sometimes you want to make sure you keep the job, right? You want to fucking suck up to your boss, make sure they give you favorable shifts. I've been there, man. Long time ago. No, I don't do that at all for the most part, but I know what it's like. I know what it's like. I get it. You kind of have to do what needs to be done for a job. I understand. I'm a grown up. I understand. But where I draw the line, especially when you have your own son, you have your own kids, I can kind of see if he had a daughter. I can kind of get if he had a daughter. If he's one of those kind of, you know, those kind of men that aren't happy unless they have their own son. They kind of like, they live through other men that have sons. You know, there's those guys that exist. I'm sure some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Guys who are really bothered about like having a boy, like I have to have a boy, like that kind of thing, right? Like whatever, right? Those kind of guys, I can maybe understand if you want to maybe like overly glaze his son because you want your own son, whatever. Weird, but I understand. But he has a son himself. He has his own son. He could be glazing on this show. He could be making up fake stories about. And Brendan says, my son got into a fight. Fucking Eric Griffin. Oh, I bet he fucked up the boy. Tell us how the boy is. I bet the boy is absolutely... Honestly, I think part of it is just... we're just such different personalities. Like Eric represents everything I hate about a man. Like, do you know what I mean? Like very soft. Like even that story that he shared about making the Lyft driver, right? He left the Lyft driver a bad review. Remember that story? That I wanted to like, I was so angry. Little things were triggering me. Like he sat in the front seat. Like who orders a Lyft? Who orders an Uber and sits in the passenger seat? Who does that? What kind of man gets into an Uber and sits in the passenger seat? You sit in the back like a fucking normal person, don't you? Then, if I'm not mistaken, the Lyft driver that came to pick him up was a fucking woman. He was going to the airport to go on tour, and he expected the woman to come and lift up his luggage to put in the boot. He expected the woman that was driving him in the Uber to get out of her car and lift the luggage and put it in the boot. Even if a man is picking me up, I'm not letting him pick up my luggage. He's doing me a favor by picking me up. I'm a man. Pick up luggage, you put it in there, you fucking idiot. I'm in his car. I'm like, well, why am I making him work? Like, it's not a chauffeur. It's a fucking, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a guy just working at, like, what the fuck? And then he was in the passenger seat of the car, probably with his, you know what he was doing too in the passenger seat in the car? He was probably sat in the passenger seat of the car, right? With his phone like that. With his phone tilted. Typing a fucking bad review to fucking Lyft. He had his phone tilted like that. Tilted. So I think little things like that, and the way that he always laughs about dumb jokes, the way he's always sucking Brendan's dick, and that's the thing that really pisses me off about this guy. He used to fucking hate Brendan. He used to hate Brendan, not for no good reason too, by the way. It's not like he hated Brendan for a good reason like we do, right? Because we watch a lot of content, we're on the fucking Reddit, we've engaged a lot with Brendan because we know him as a human being, kind of what he presents online. We can see he's got a bit of a shitty personality. We call him out for his shit. Eric Griffin hated Brendan simply because he was a big Jack guy doing comedy. He went on fucking Tiger Belly hating on him. Then all of a sudden, a spot comes open on King and the Sting, and suddenly he's there. Look at his face now. Look at his face now on the screen. Look at his face now on the screen. Look at his face now on the screen, thinking about Tiger beating up another kid. Look at his face now on the screen. How proud he is. Look at his face on the screen. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him on the screen. Who the fuck is this person? What type of man does this? What type of man goes on a show and sucks off another man's son? Who does that? Who does that? Who does that? I bet the other kid's in hospital. I bet the other kid's paralyzed, right? I bet the other kid pissed his pants, didn't he? I bet the other kid. You see, oh, Tiger's so strong. He's so strong.
Powerful bunch.
Griffin is the physical representation of what zero is. The guy is an absolute nothing.
Oh my god. Oh, pick up Katie Shuff. I don't know. Again, you know me, right? You know I'm not one of these, like, I don't have a narrow view of masculinity, right? I think masculinity is a broad brush. There's a range, right? There's a range. In America, I know you guys have this whole term zesty. I guess in Britain, UK, I've grown up in camp, right? I know there's a range of men. There's men, especially from someone like myself that's into fashion. I'm into music, I DJ and stuff, you know, like all this stuff. Like, I know there's a range, right? There's a range. I paint, I do art. There's a range of a man's fucking male identity. There's a range. I understand. So it's not like I'm cussing him out because I think, I just think there are certain things that men do across the board that you should just always uphold. I don't care what way you swing, what you're into. There's just things that men don't do. And I just think sucking off another man's son when you have your own son is just, it's just you just can't do that. You can't do that when you have your own son. You just can't. You're not allowed. Another man gasses up his son, you gas up your son. Another man gasses up his wife about how great her cooking is, you gas up your wife and how great her cooking is. Even if her cooking is shit, you gas it up. You defend. You know what I mean? You talk well about your fucking own kid. You don't add fucking, oh my god, your son. I don't care if you're his fucking god dad or whatever. Not god dad. What's that thing called? I don't know what it's called. Where that term is, right? When you get blessed to be their son, whatever that thing is, I don't know what the term is. Please forgive me. I've got so much anger in my brain now. I've got a fucking brain freeze. But you just gas up your own people. Gas up your own people first, please, for the love of God. Or just listen to the story. Listen to the fucking story. Listen to this lie, by the way, and then continue. But anyway, I detoured there. I went on a bit of a rant. Please forgive me. Let's get back to the video.
So how old is he now?
I'll tell you.
No, he got in a fight with the principal.
He's 9. He's 9.
So
yeah,
Tiger's
he
9.
Gassman on the eyes. Tiger's 9. And so travel baseball just started, right? Super competitive majors. So it's the highest level you can play, right? And there's a new kid on the team. And Tiger goes, I don't like that new kid. He likes everybody. He goes, I don't like this new kid. He keeps messing with me. I'm like, all right, whatever. He's always excited to go to practice. And I go, T, you ready to go? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what's wrong with you, dude? He's like, I don't like that kid. He keeps messing with me. I'm like, messing with you how? He goes, well, he keep pushing me, keeps doing this. I go, well, you got to stick up for yourself, bud. He goes, what do you mean? I go, if he pushes you, you got to stick up for yourself so he moves on to somebody else. Otherwise, he can do this all season long.
Right.
He goes, what would you do? I go, if he puts his hands on me, I'm going to sock him in the face.
Right.
He goes, really? I go, I'd punch him right in the fucking face. That night, I'm with the rest of the dads. We're talking. And some dad goes, oh, man, that kid just shoved Tiger. I go, what kid? He goes, that kid Lincoln just shoved Tiger. I'm like, oh, hell no. So they're at third base. T's in front of him. He pushes Tiger. I see Tiger turn around. I'm like, come on, man. The kid pushes him again. I see Tiger turn around and just go, whack. Well, right in the fucking face. Kid falls to the ground. Blood's all over his face. Yeah. Tiger, the coach like yells at him. Tiger comes out. He's like, Dad, can I talk to you? I'm like, I pretend I didn't know what happened. I go, yeah, what's up, man? He goes, you know, you told me to stick up for myself, and that kid kept pushing me. And I go, and what'd you do? He goes, I punch him right in the face, and Tiger starts crying. He's like, I'm gonna get kicked off the team. I went, hold on. I said, first of all, Knuckles, proud of you. Glad you stuck up for yourself. Second of all, he loves P. Terry's. I go, we're going to P. Terry's after this to celebrate because that kid's never gonna pick on you again. The coach comes out. Tiger was worried he's gonna get kicked off the team. He goes, T, I saw what was happening. I'm glad you stuck up for yourself. All right. And he goes, you ready to start tomorrow? So they teased the starting pitcher. So then the coach goes, good luck with his dad. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Now I got to deal with this fucking dad. So I'm like on edge after practice.
I'm sure you were worried.
Nah, but it's still annoying.
Erik again. Erik fucking again. Erik fucking again. Erik fucking again. Erik fucking again. Double dick suck. Double dick suck. He's on his knees sucking fucking Brendan's son's dick and Brendan's dick. Double dick suck. Double dick suck this guy. Is he fucking for real? Is he fucking for real? Double dick suck. Dad and son. Double dick suck. Dad and son. Is that what you're trying to do now? Oh, you won't worry because you can beat up the whole world. Yo, you former UFC fighter. You can fuck up everyone. Oh my god, you're so amazing. Double dick suck from fucking Erik. Are you fucking for real? Every fucking episode, some sort of physical. We get it. We all know. Like, fucking hell, man. Oh my god. Have you just met him today? Is this the first time you recorded the show together? Is this the first time you recorded a show together and you're trying to like build a bit of rapport, so you're kind of gassing him, glazing him a bit? Brother, you know him for years, bro. Enough of this. Enough of this tough guy. Enough. Because when this guy was in comedy, getting fucking laughed at comedy clubs, getting talking bad to him. Oh, be casual.
Buffoon literally pays for this glazing.
Honestly,
so gross.
Honestly, it's disgusting. Be casual. When Brendan was in comedy, right? Getting somewhat, I guess, bullied in the background, getting fucking mocked by all these comedy people that he allegedly didn't like the whole time. He didn't lay a finger on one of them. This supposed tough guys thing that he does, he didn't lay a finger on one of these guys that were talking shit about him behind his back. That he probably knew they were talking shit about him behind his back. So enough about this shit. Enough. We don't care. We really don't give a fuck. No one gives a fuck. Honestly, man. Dad and son dick sucking, though. Dad and son. I'm sure you were worried. Like, can't do a single push-up. I'd love to see what he looks like throwing the ball. I'd love to see what Erik Griffin looks like throwing the ball. I'd love to see what he looks like trying to bounce a basketball. I'd love to see him try and kick something. I'd love to see him run. Please run from like that lamppost to that lamppost. Let me see what you look like when you run. I want to see what you look like when you run. I want to see you jump in the spot and land on your feet. Please jump in one spot and land. Let me see what you look like when you jump up and you land down. Please. I want to see what you look like. I want to see what you look like trying to balance on a, you know when you're a kid. You know when you're a kid, you like try and balance on a curb. Remember back in, I don't know if you kids do that. We do that here in the UK. Or you try and balance on a curb. You're not going to fall off of it really because the curb is the side of the fucking pavement. But I'd love to see what he looks like trying to balance on the curb. I'd love to see Erik Griffin on a swing. Remember swings? You kick your feet back, kick your feet forward, kick your feet back, kick your feet forward. I want to see Erik Griffin on a swing. I want to see what he looks like on a swing. Can you even sit on a swing? Will the whole thing break? Do you have balance? Do you have coordination? Can you throw a ball? If a guy came and slapped your girl's bum, what the fuck would you do? Out here sucking, would you call Brendan? If somebody came and slapped your kid in the face in the shopping mall, what would you do? What would you do? Glazing ain't gonna save you then. Oh, fuck you. I hate this guy so much, man. He's so oh my god, I don't know why he triggers me so much. I don't know what it is about him that triggers me so much. Maybe again, like I said before, it's the Nietzsche thing, innit? Sometimes you see like a bit in your bit of yourself in him. Maybe it's a people pleasing thing, or maybe it's like the fact that I don't know what it is about him. There's something about him that it just gets on my soul, man. He's just pudgy and just soft. Like just look at him. Look at him, man. Ay.
Worried.
Nah, but it's still annoying to deal with it.
Meaning, I'm going to get into it with this dad, and it's not going to go well for him.
Well, yeah,
like, I don't want to do this. Please be fucking cool.
Yeah.
The dad comes up and goes, "My kid's an asshole, man. He deserves it." I'm like, oh, thank God, dude.
Okay, let's pick apart this story. The first part of the story I don't believe is that in the beginning of the story, Brendan says something like his son told him from before there's a kid in his team who is always what's the word he used? He's always pestering me. I don't know what the word he used. There's a phrase he used, something like that, right? And he's like, oh yeah, like whatever. He just brushed it off. I don't believe that happened. I don't believe there's a dad in the world that would hear their son say that somebody on their team is pestering them or getting on their nerves, and they wouldn't kind of like dig a bit deeper, not ask a follow-up question like, what's going on, son? Like, let me know what's going on. Who is it? You know what I mean? And kind of probe a little bit more, understand, maybe ask the coach what's going on, ask other parents. I don't believe the kid said it one time before and he just like brushed it off. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that one bit whatsoever. The other thing I don't believe also is the part of the story where he was at the game. What part story was it? When he turned around, right? Was it he turned around, he wasn't looking? What bit was it? He pushed him. I don't believe the whole thing. I don't believe the whole thing, don't get me wrong. And then there's a part of the story that also don't, what was it? There's a glazing. The glazing thing is horrible, right? The dad, if that happened at the end, if it happened what they said at the end about the dad, right? Actually, let me just replay again, because I don't remember the bit one I was trying to pick out, but I think the first bit I'm really a bit skeptical on is Brendan not following up the questions of like, my son's having an issue with somebody in the team, he doesn't follow up. I think that's the first thing that will be a red flag to me. Let's play it to the beginning and I'll stop and I'll show what I mean. I'm not going to get triggered by fucking Eric Griffin again.
I can tell you, Tiger got in a fight.
Uh-oh. How's the other kid?
He got in a fight. He got a straight up fight.
Come on, tell me. How's the other kid? You don't want to tell. You don't want to say it.
So how old is he now?
I'll tell you.
No, he got in a fight with the principal.
He's 9. He's 9.
So
yeah,
Tiger's
he poked
9.
Gaspar on the eyes. Tiger's 9, and so travel baseball just started, right? Super competitive majors. So it's the highest level you can play, right? And there's a new kid on the team.
By the way,
and
of course, Tiger's playing on the biggest level. Brendan's always everything to me is the biggest level, right? Of course, Tiger's gonna be fucking Shohani, whatever his fucking name is. Cool.
Tiger goes, I don't like that new kid. He likes everybody. He goes, I don't like this new kid. He keeps messing with me. I'm like, all right, whatever. He's always.
That's the first part of the story I don't believe. Your son who allegedly likes everybody, your son who's the apple of your eye, your favorite, tells you there's somebody in his team that's pestering me or bothering me, and he doesn't follow it up. You don't like ask questions. You just let it go on.
He's excited to go to practice. And I go, T, you ready to go? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what's wrong with you, dude? He's like, I don't like that kid. He keeps messing with me. I'm like, messing with you how?
So that's when you ask, not the first time, just before you leave. So when he first said it, you let it go. Then the second time, you pestered him. Don't buy that.
He goes, well, he keep pushing me, keeps doing this. I go, well, you got to stick up for yourself, bud. He goes, what do you mean? I go, if he pushes you, you got to stick up for yourself. So he moves on to somebody else. Otherwise, he can do this all season long.
Right.
He goes, what would you do? I go, if he puts his hands on me, I'm going to sock him in the face.
I love how there's no conversation with his son as of why that pushing's happening. There's no conversation. There's no, don't worry, I'll talk to his dad. There's none of that. It's just straight escalation to a fight. He doesn't want to find out why the kid is pushing Tiger. Could it be the Tiger's bullying the kid? Could it be a mutual fucking 50-50 bullying? Could it just be boys being boys? You have no idea what's going on. But if this kid touches you again, punch him in the face. Cool. Great parenting, by the way, right? If he touches you again, no matter what the consequences or situation is, hit him square in the face. Cool. Great. Let's continue.
Right. He goes, really? I punch him right in the fucking face. That night, I'm with the rest of the dads. We're talking. And some dad goes, oh man, that kid just shoved Tiger. I go, what kid? He goes, that kid Lincoln just shoved Tiger. I'm like, oh hell no. So they're at third.
Also says the child's name. He says the child's name on his big popular podcast. He says this 9-year-old kid's name who allegedly was bullying Tiger. If Brendan had fans, right? If Brendan had fans that actually liked him, his fans could brigade and could dox, could troll the other kid family and get them, because it's probably easy to find out where they play. You know, it's probably easy to figure it out, right? The area they play in, what team. Slow Joe puts all the fucking shit online. You see them in their full kits, background, you see the stadium. You could probably find out who this kid is, right? If you wanted to. He says the kid's name. He says the kid's name the first night. You probably find out who it is easily if you wanted to. That's great parenting too, right? That's great parenting. Cool.
base. He's in front of him. He pushes Tiger. I see Tiger turn around. I'm like, come on, man. The kid pushes him again. I see Tiger turn around, just go whack.
Well,
right in the fucking face. Kid falls to the ground. Blood's all over his face.
Yeah.
Tiger.
He's really happy about this, by the way. He's really happy about this. And if I'm not mistaken, isn't this a kid on his team? Am I bugging out, or is it a kid on the opposite side? Doesn't it sound like a kid that's on his team? Is that what you're teaching your son to do? If one of his teammates is hassling him, he should just punch him in the face. That's how you deal with things. Not that it makes it better if it's an opposing player. I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know what baseball culture is, but I don't necessarily think this is what you would like to teach your kid. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Because we don't know the context of what's going on. He hasn't asked his kid, hey, what's the issue? Why is this kid always pushing you? It's strange, isn't it? It's a strange thing to do. If the kid's on his team, it's a strange thing to do.
Coach like yells at him. Tiger comes out. He's like, Dad, can I talk to you? I'm like, I pretend I didn't know what happened. I go, yeah.
Do we believe a scenario? Do we believe a scenario where Brendan saw this playing out and wasn't jumping up and down and cheering? If it did happen, do we believe a scenario where Brendan turned around and tried to act like nothing happened and didn't want his son to see that he saw? You just told him to go punch his kid in the face. You see it happening. You tell me Brendan wouldn't be like looking like a proud dad, or like doing what he did the other time to the umpire and storming on the pitch, trying to intimidate his people. All right, whatever you say.
What's up, man? He goes, you told me to stick up for myself, and my kid kept pushing me. I go, what'd you do? He goes, I punch him right in the face, and Tiger starts crying. He's like, I'm gonna get kicked off the team. I went, hold on. I said, first of all, Knuckles, proud of you. Glad you stuck up for yourself. Second of all, he loves P. Terry's. I go, we're going to P. Terry's after this to celebrate, because that kid's never going to pick on you again. The coach comes out.
But did you find out why the kid's picking on your son? Like, there's no context to this whatsoever. There's no context whatsoever. There's no kind of wise talk with about, hey, I understand this kid was picking on you and you got on your nerves, but you don't always solve things through violence. You don't always have to resort to this. Maybe in this scenario, maybe it was worthwhile, maybe it was warranted, but I don't want you to think in every scenario or every situation that somebody gets under your skin or somebody irritates you that you have to punch them straight in the face and break their nose or whatever, Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if that's actually the right way to go about doing things, personally. But again, this guy, he has this Brendan has a weird kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out bully thing going on, That's what he has. He has this 1 foot in, 1 foot out bully. I think deep down inside, he doesn't want to be one. I don't think so. I think he wants to be a good person. But there's a part of him that kind of can't really handle conflict, handle disagreement, really in a mature way, in a grown-up way. And also he's not the most receptive to criticism. He's a bit thin-skinned, kind of hard-headed, narcissistic and shit, so it makes it hard. You understand? So people like this can always kind of snap and go down the fucking violence route because there's no way to kind of talk to him, right? And he also has a bit of an insecurity when he's intellect. So if you obviously make him feel dumb, he's gonna feel really insecure and want to fucking beat you up. But I just think in this scenario, let's say what Brendan's saying is true, right? Let's say it's true. Let's say everything is true. Tiger was getting bullied by a kid on his own team who was getting on his nerves or making him not happy, right? To the point where Tiger was not feeling happy and not feeling motivated to go and play baseball. It's not nice seeing your kid before you go to fucking get in your car and go play baseball, being a bit down and not being his normal bubbly self. You can see something's wrong with him. So I can understand as a parent, you want to protect your kid. Cool, I get it. Give him a bit of a pep talk. You're pissed off that somebody's bullying him. You're pissed off he hadn't told you sooner. You're just annoyed. You just tell him, man, just fuck the guy up. Cool. He does it. I think most parents, if they see a kid do it, you're going to feel a bit bad. I'm not going to lie. Maybe I would have told my son too, hey, if this kid touches you like that, fuck him up. But when it happens and you see another kid on the floor with his nose broken and blood gushing out of his face, you're not going to feel that good about it. I'm not going to lie. Maybe I'm being a PUSSY. Maybe I'm being a PUSSY, right? Maybe I'm being a PUSSY and I'm being fucking Eric Griffin coded right now. Maybe I'm being Eric Griffin right now, but I honestly think if you told your son to go beat up another kid in his own team because he keeps pestering him, he keeps getting on his nerves, he keeps touching his balls for lack of a better term, right? and then he did it, and you saw it with your own eyes on the fucking baseball field or whatever, you wouldn't feel that great. Especially if the kid's nose was broken, blood was gushing out. You wouldn't feel too good about it. You really wouldn't. You'd want to maybe walk it back a bit. Like, hey, son, I know I told you to do this, but please know, this is not how you always should celebrate things. This is not how you should always deal with things. And like fucking Thingy said in the stream chat here, Mrs. Do Your Girl, the celebrated dinner thing about, yeah, you did nothing, like nothing wrong. You did everything correct. Big up DSP, fuck DSP, right? That is fucking insane. It really is insane. Like, you don't have to punish the kid or anything. You don't have to, you know, send him to his room. But this whole like celebrating, like, I don't know. It's just, I don't believe the story is real. I don't believe the story is true. I think this has been very heavily seasoned. But if it is true, this is a wild way to bring up your kid.
Oh, Tiger was worried he's going to get kicked off the team. He goes, T, I saw what was happening. I'm glad you stuck up for yourself. All right. And he goes, you ready to start tomorrow? So they teased the starting pitcher. So then
plays in the highest league, starting pitcher, right? Highest league, starting pitcher, gets preferential treatment. Great. He's definitely gonna not be a problem when he's older, isn't it? Gets preferential treatment, gets encouraged by his dad to beat people up if they get on his nerves at any occasion. Doesn't matter what the context is, doesn't matter, I mean nothing. Just if somebody gets on your nerves, punch him in the face. Right? Like, I love this. Great upbringing.
The coach goes, good luck with his dad. So I'm like, oh fuck, now I gotta deal with this fucking dad. So I'm like on edge after practice.
I'm sure you were worried.
Nah, but
Eric Griffin. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Eric Griffin.
But it's still annoying to deal with it.
Meaning, I'm going to get into it with this dad, and it's not going to go well for him.
Well, yeah,
like, I don't want to do this. Please be fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's not what you meant. Before Eric Griffin went on his little mini, I'ma suck Brendan's dick now, because you were sucking Tiger's dick before, and then he had to jump off Tiger's dick and get onto Brendan's dick. Brendan didn't mean that in that way. He meant what he said there, but oh no, now the dad. He didn't mean it like I'm gonna have to fuck him up. He meant it more, and so I don't want to get into like a thing. Just, it's gonna make it awkward, you know? Just being, but then because Eric gassed him up, he had to say, yeah, because obviously it won't go well for him. He didn't mean like that at first. I got a feeling, I swear to God, I know I usually don't give Brendan the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he meant it in a bad way when he said, I don't want to have to deal with the dad now. He just didn't want to deal with the awkwardness and the, you know what I mean? Or if the dad is maybe as equally as a bully, he just doesn't want to deal with that. But when Eric Griffin said what he said, he had to immediately go into tough guy mode. Okay, cool.
Dad comes up and goes, my kid's an asshole, man. He deserves it. I'm like, oh, thank God, dude.
Well, yeah. Big up, run it up. Yeah, we'll come to that later. And then the kid's dad is glazing Brendan. I don't believe that. Plus, you Americans aren't like UK people. You Americans are fucking insane. You American people are fucking insane. You American people will challenge somebody to a fight even if you know you can lose. You American people have guns and you still challenge people to fights. Like, my English mind, my European mind cannot fathom, cannot compute in my head how you would get into a physical fight in America knowing everyone has a gun. I couldn't do it. I couldn't get into a physical fight. I couldn't get into fisticuffs with anybody in America knowing people have guns. I'm just going to be pussy and walk away. I don't believe in any scenario there's a dad on earth that would, even if it's a former UFC fighter dad, I don't believe there's a dad on earth that would be like, oh yeah, my son's a dickhead. No way, bro. If your kid just got his nose busted open, there's not an American dad in the world. There's not an American dad in the world that would see their son getting punched in the face and blood gushing out and not want to be on some madness. No, maybe he's not going to swing Brendan, but he's going to say, go fuck yourself. He's not going to be like, oh yeah, my son's actually really bad. He's gonna turn into Eric Griffin. Are you for real? I don't believe there's an American dad in the world who would sit there and say to Brendan, oh yeah, my son's in the wrong. Fuck off, man. Fuck off. As if he saw Brendan was like, oh wow, I'm so scared. You guys aren't scared of anything. You guys will see a fucking wrestler in a bar with his cauliflower in, you still challenge him for a fight. The amount of regular people I've seen fighting UFC fighters in the street. You guys are insane. You guys in America are insane. You guys don't have any, like, there's no, you know what I mean? If you get disrespected, you get disrespected. And you want to scrap. You guys are nuts in America. You guys are fucking nuts. I don't believe there is an American dad in the world that would see their son get punched in the face and not want to crash out. Even if the dad of the aggressor was a former UFC fighter. There's not a single one. Come on, man. Come on.
But but you know what?
You need more of that.
Yeah,
but there's just not a lot of that.
Because look, dude, that kid. Also, if that kid's going to learn a lesson, it's good he learns it at 9.
Yeah.
You know, not
and he's also Tiger's size. Like, it's not like a little kid. He's about Tiger's size.
Well,
so
dude, I mean,
big.
you keep pushing somebody, that's what's going to happen. It's like
well, at least you said that. At least it wasn't like, you know, next thing you know, like, you know, Tiger's at second base and the kid's in an arm bar. You know what I mean? I mean, like, they'd be like, you know, then they're like on you about that. You know, he hits him with an elbow.
But the dad told him, he's like, man, I'm telling you, that's not the kid you want to pick on. You know who his dad is? He probably trains him. The kid was like, whatever.
Oh, really?
Whack.
Oh, well, then he has to learn that.
Well, then he has to learn.
What? What do you say? Is that the dad said that? What?
He's like, man, I'm telling you.
I mean, like, they'd be like, you know, then they're like on you about that. You know, he hits him with an elbow.
But the dad told him, he's like, man.
Do you believe this? Do you believe there's a dad in the world that will tell their son, hey man, don't do this because the dad's right here. He can fight. I can't fight. What type of cuck dad is that? What type of cucked dad would do that? Please tell me. What type of cuck dad will stand there on the side and be like, hey, what's a good American name? Hey, Buster, right? Hey, Harrison, huh? Hey, fucking Jordan, huh? Hey, Zach, don't pick on Tiger because Tiger's dad is Brendan, right? Top 15, top 10 fighter of the world. Come on, man, fuck off. Who would do that? What dad would do that, bro? What dad would cuck themselves in front of their son like that? What dad would cut themselves in front of their son like that? Come on. Like, what? I don't want to have to get into a fight because I'm going to lose. He knocked out Mirko Krokop. Hey son, he knocked out Mirko Krokop. Do you see what he said about fucking Dana in that one Instagram thing? Did you see what he said about Nate Diaz? Twist his fucking neck off with a can of coke. I can't. Shut up.
I'm telling you, that's not the kid you want to pick on. You know who his dad is? He probably trains him. The kid was like, whatever.
Oh, really?
Whack.
Oh, well, then he has to learn that.
Well, then he has to learn.
If you got to learn it, you got to learn it.
I mean, you learn it, but again, though, thankfully, like that's.
Yeah, it's like, look at the face. Big up Diana. Big up Diana. That's a good point. I need a screenshot too. Big up Diana in the fucking chat. I said, what kind of dad would cuck themselves in front of their son like that? Diana in the stream chat. And Eric Griffin dad would say that to his kid. Fucking salute to fucking Diana. So on point. And that's a perfect screen grab too, to accompany that fucking chat. It's true. An Eric Griffin dad would do that. An Eric Griffin dad would fucking do that. My son can't fight. Look at me. I can't fight. Please, son, please look at me. I can't do this. Don't push your son because he gonna punch me and donut come out and fucking cream cheese come out. He punched me. Fucking falafel come out. He punched me. Fucking tiramisu come out. He punched me. He punched me. He punched me. Fucking mac and cheese come out. Carbonara come out. Please. Please. He punched me. Samosa come out. Fucking honestly, man. Oh, fucking hell.
This is very old school what we're hearing right here because nowadays it's like a whole thing. You know,
if we were in California, he'd been sued. He'd been on fucking KTLA.
I mean, it's not if he pushed them. That's assault.
It's weird. It's a weird kind of like mentality right now. Kids aren't scared of their parents. You know, they're it's like a whole weird thing, man. You know,
I didn't tell you.
What? Kids aren't scared of their parents. What? Why do you want your son to be? Why do you want your kid to be scared of you? Also, why would your son be scared of you? You can't do a push-up. I'm sorry, bro. Maybe your son has got a point not to be scared of you. You can't do a push-up. You can't climb a tree. You can't do a push-up. If your son, if Eric Griffin's son climbs a tree and says he's not coming down, he can't take him down. if Eric's son climbs up in a tree and says, I'm not getting down, I'm moving, I'm leaving, I don't love you guys anymore, leave me alone, he can't go up that tree and get his son back down. He has to call the fucking, the firefighters. You have to call other men to come and get your son down from a tree. You know how cuck that is? You know how cuck that is, that you can't get your own son from a tree? You can't come up there and talk to your son and convince him to come down. Do you know how cuck that is, that you have to do that? And you're here talking about, oh yeah, men, children aren't respecting this. I'm not scared of their son. I'm scared. You want your kids to respect you. You want your kids to love you. You don't want them to be scared of you. Like, fear is not the way you fucking raise kids. I'm sorry, it's not that you don't raise kids with fear. you don't even raise dogs like that. Like, do you know what I mean? It's such a weird way to parent. Like, what? Fear. Of course he's not gonna be afraid of you. Look at you, bro. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you. You look like you wear t-shirts that come in multi-packs. You look like you wear t-shirts that come in fucking multi-packs, bro. I'm sorry. Why would your son be scared of you? Why would your son be scared of you? You look at the type of guy that gets annoyed when the DoorDash order comes and it's not as hot as you wanted it to be. If you want it hot, go drive there yourself and bring it back. You know the type of people that get annoyed when the delivery comes in, it's not warm or it's not hot. Like, I'm gonna leave them a bad review. Brother, you didn't want to walk there. The person get brought it to you. Like, that's a convenience. If it's not warm, put it in the microwave. Stick it in the fucking air fryer. It's not that fucking deep. Like, I'm gonna leave them a bad review. It's not warm. It's not fucking warm. Anyway, let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. In conclusion, I don't believe this story at all.
I didn't tell you.
And you know, I don't believe the story. It's the way Brendan starts the story, the way he starts the story, the way he's sitting down, the fidgeting, all that. There's something about this little micro expressions. I don't believe it. It's a very sketchy way to kind of start a story. I know he was really fidgeting anyway, but I think the way he started the story, that angle, makes me believe it's not true. That's it. Simple as that. Anyway, let's move on. It's good to hate, isn't it? Hating is quite fun. I'm not gonna lie. People always give hating a bad rap, but hating is quite fun. Hating is really fun. Hating is really fun. I swear to God, it is super fun. Anyway, big up people in the stream chat. Big up everyone in the stream chat. Big up Izanella. It's super fun. Okay, everyone gives it a bad rap, but it's really fucking fun. Plus, I'm like a very celebratory person. Like, when I like things, I like things. I'm always like, you see my fucking social media feed. I'm always posting stuff that I love. I talk about stuff that I love. But it's nice when you can just hate, you know, you just like, let it out, like, let it flow. Yo, big up Josie, big up Apocalypse, big up Izanella. Shame Chris will feel his son found out online. Dev saying exactly. Big up Z. If you can't run, your kids won't fear you. Yeah, exactly. Big up Z. Big up Super Jello. I legit AZ runs into Montez. I legit pray. Nah, no, it's not gonna. To be fair, I'm not like a. Not like, it's not that deep, really. What am I gonna? I mean, if I do, like, what am I gonna say? Do you know what I mean? Like, you just say dumb things on the pod and it pisses me off. It's not worthy of, like, you know what I mean? There's nothing that's gonna come in person, really, to be honest. I do what AZ did. Wake up early to avoid my cornball dad. Yep. The sun will feel for Eric Howard if you did. Montez. To be fair, I wouldn't go as far as saying that I thought my parents were cornballs. I just didn't want lectures. That's it. I think most families that would grab at that in immigrants, it's just the same thing. We just get loads of lectures. Just wanted to avoid the lectures, really. It wasn't that deep to me. Just wanted to avoid the fucking lectures. And also, I just, you know, I'm a bit weird when it comes to people in general. I just, you know, don't want to talk sometimes. Just like, I don't know. Ugh. Anyway, let's continue. The Golden Hour live podcast at 4 p.m. This is a strange one. I don't know what the point of this is. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the point of this is at all. We're gonna check out the Golden Hour YouTube channel in a minute, but I don't know the point. I don't know what's the point of having a Golden Hour live show, unless it's just one of those like cash grabs that you can't turn down. but I don't think there's a point to have it. I'm not gonna lie. There's kind of more of a reason to have a Fighter and the Kid live show, especially when they were in LA, because I think, for better or worse, Fighter and the Kid was very instrumental, I think, for like showcasing a lot of stand-up comedians, especially when they first started, right? When all Schultz used to go in there. What's his fucking name? The guy, Andrew Santino, not Andrew Santino? Yeah, Andrew Santino, Andrew Schultz, Bobby Lee, all those guys, right? When they were still in LA, I think they should have done more TFATK live shows. That's what I think personally. But the truth is, Brendan and Brian didn't want to split the money. That's what I think is happening. I think the truth of that is that story. I don't know the facts of it. This is just my truth, my law from my point of view. I think the reason why they didn't do more TFATK shows is because they don't want to split the money. They didn't want to split, but they should have done more TFATK live shows when they were at their peak. Imagine if they did a live show and Schultz passes through, Theo passes through, Bobby Lee passes through, Will Sasser and Brian do a little thing. They do a little, you know, they do a little impromptu 10-minute podcast during the set. They would have killed it if they would have done more TFATK shows live back in the day when TFATK was popping. That would have made more sense because, again, Abbott Kenny Fight Club t-shirts, they're inherently tied to LA. Brendan lived in LA, Brian lived in LA. That would have made more sense. Obviously, TFATK live doesn't make sense anymore, but Golden Hour definitely doesn't make sense at all. At all. Like, I don't even think, this is a weird thing to say. But I don't even think they're individual fans like the show. I think there's fans of the show, but I don't think Crystalia fans like Golden Hour. I don't think Eric Griffin fans like Golden Hour, and I don't think Brendan Shaw fans like Golden Hour. They just got just a very small other fan base, because I think Crystalia's own podcast episodes get more views than the Golden Hour, his own ones. Eric Griffin, I'm not too sure, because Eric Griffin's channel isn't that great in terms of views and stuff. But I know Crystalia's podcast, Congratulations, still gets quite a lot of views. I'm pretty sure they probably get near enough comparable views. But I don't think Crystalia fans are that, you know, it's not the best version of Crystalia on this. His best version is on his own show. Brendan, you know, there's no real best version, and he's really obnoxious on this one too. And Eric Griffin. So it's a weird thing for them to do this live show. I think it's very, very weird. Doesn't make sense to me personally. But let's hear them explain it. TFATK live at 4 p.m, which might explain everything really without even playing click. But let's play click.
I would prefer that. I would just prefer her to say, I don't like that. I don't want to try it. You know, instead of just having to make up something. You know what I mean?
Dude, fellas, I know what you want to try. Golden Hour is live in Austin.
Oh, yeah. We're doing it.
Yeah.
I got it. Driving over here, I'm like,
oh. Chris has got two things. I find it very interesting that Brendan was the one that announced it. Like, no one announced it before Brendan did. Oh, yeah. You know, like Brendan was the one that kind of shoehorned that announcement in there. Like, neither wanted to say it or something. It's weird, right? Secondly, Crystalia's face when he says it, like, was that like a weird, like, he didn't look happy, did he?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that stinky face he's got. Look at that little stinky face he puts on. What's that about? What's that about? That's really interesting. It's almost like he's almost like his face couldn't help but react to Brendan, what he said. And it's like, you know what I mean? He couldn't help but react to it. Like he has a face on him now. Like if a girl says to him like she's fucking 21 or something, too old, you know? 19, too old, you know? 18, too old, you know? That's the kind of face he has on right now. 17, too old. That's the kind of face he has there. Like, expect you to be younger, really. Looks at the ID. That's a shame. 24. He does not look happy, you know? He does not look happy there when they announce it.
Driving over here, I'm like, we got to mention that right away, and then I just forget. But there you go, you did it.
Oh, guys, I was waiting for the cucumber story to die.
This guy.
Well, I understand why it had to take a backseat to that great story about cucumber and cinnamon.
Okay. So that's how we gonna start.
No. Oh, that's how we doing this.
This is how we gonna do
March
it.
20th, baby.
Do I have extra long hair in that?
Yeah.
Oof. What in the holy AI, man? there's no budget anymore, innit? There's definitely no budget anymore. There's definitely no budget anymore. Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say about Brendan. One thing he did quite well, not say quite well. One thing that you know he did was invest money in his flyers. Sometimes he didn't pay the artist, by the way. Sometimes he didn't pay the artist. But one thing that he did do when he was doing his run in stand-up comedy is that he would pay the money to artists. You know? What the fuck is this flyer? What in the holy AI is this? Look at that. What in the holy auto-generated by prompt is that? That is so ugly, so awful. Like, no effort. Low effort shit. Just what it is. I always find it funny that Brendan's on the top there. I'm not gonna lie. I guess it's maybe from first letters, first names, right? I always find it interesting that he's at the top. I don't know why. I think the positioning is very interesting. Why is Brendan at the top? Like, why? Why is it at the top? Why is it in the middle? You know, it's just there's little things that's like, are you really the star of this show? Like, do you think people come and listen to you? I don't know. Whatever. But interesting. The other thing that's really interesting about this flyer is the location of the fucking live show. Not the comedy mothership. It's the Vulcan Gas Company. Vulcan Gas Co. It's the same location where Brendan did, where they did the Fighter and the Kid, that awful Fighter and the Kid live, where they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't plan nothing, didn't rehearse anything. They had Chin coming up. Like, look, this is Chin. This is that weird fucking Tism guy that's like 50 but acts like he's 12. This is him, you know? They just had him on stage looking weird and awkward. There was no planning whatsoever. I think Brian was touching the back or something. There's a wall here. Oh, I don't know. Someone was touching the wall. So I find that interesting. They've got a second gig. But the time is crazy. March 20th. Is that a weekday or is that a weekend? Please say it's a weekday. Please say it's a weekday. It's a Friday. They want people to go to a comedy club on Friday at 4 p.m. I don't know. Maybe that happens actually. Maybe, to be fair to them, maybe on that 6th Street, wherever that fucking Vulcan Gas, I think it's near 6th Street, Vulcan Gas Co. I think so. Maybe people do. Maybe do you guys in America leave work early on Fridays? We sometimes do here, but let me know in the stream chat. Is that common? If you work a 9 to 5, do you get to clock out early on a Friday? Sometimes we do in the UK. Sometimes companies will say you can leave at 4 p.m. if you leave at 5, usually once a month. Is that a thing? Yeah, okay, I knew it. Okay, no, everyone's like, no, right? Let me see. We got one no so far. Is it common for you guys to leave work early on a Friday? I know this sounds insane to even ask this because it's probably not true. But can you get out of work before 4 p.m.? In construction, I've seen it, but not anywhere else, okay? Big up Teju. Because I don't think it's possible. Like, 4 p.m. Even if I leave work at 4, I'm going to get there like 4:20, right? 4:30. Like, what? So I miss half the show. Hell no. Do you get juice boxes and snacks in the UKB? I guess that's a joke, right? Super Jello, right? I guess you're being condescending there, sarcastic, so cool. Run it up. One time I didn't show up to my shift and didn't tell them, and I got paid the full day. Wow, nice. Never. Okay, cool. Never. Okay, cool. So I guess I'm not wrong there. No one's showing up at 4 p.m. Okay. Big up Jordan Ray. That's an insane time, isn't it? 4 p.m.
It was some AI slap I whipped up.
Zoom in.
Yeah, that's great.
Zoom in.
Oh, I like your hair there, though,
That
Chris.
don't look so bad, but it would if I did it.
You look like a character off the Night of the Seven Kingdoms, or whatever the fuck it is.
He looks like we need to send him to, what is it, Gagastan? For 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh, Dagestan? 3 years forget?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's fun. March 20th at 4 p.m. We're doing a 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So guys, get out of work early. Come see your favorite guys.
Well,
at
yeah,
the
because then I
Vulcan
got to
Gas
do my
Company.
solo shows after that. So.
Yeah, so it's a day of Chris's shows too. So you're gonna do a double whammy. Come early. It's almost.
Is that why they did the show then? Is that why they did the show? Chris Alia's already doing 2 shows at that comedy club, right? So most likely they've got their nut covered. They've already probably sold out tickets. Chris Alia's, for better or worse, Chris Alia is still quite popular. So let's see, right? Let's go on Chris D'Elia's website. Chris D'Elia. Right? I'm pretty sure those dates are probably sold out in it. Because he usually sells pretty well, to be fair, still. all things considered, he still sells pretty well. If I click his show and I go tour dates. Oh yeah, by the way, small thing again, small little thing that I noticed that kind of drives me a bit nuts. Why does he never do like hour-long shows? They're always just under an hour. Is that like on purpose? Let me just double check this thing. I always feel like every time I see a thumbnail of his show, they're never an hour. It's always like 58, 46, 57. You know, like, yeah, look, it's never an hour. Like, what is that? So he does a show with his brother that's always over an hour, but his own shows, are they always purposely like this? Is that a thing that he does on purpose? 58. Okay, there's 105 here. 57 solo show, right? Let's do the solo shows. 56, 59, 102, 59, 55, 58, like 52. What, like, nigga, can't you just do a show for an hour? Is it really that hard? Is it really that hard? Like, to do a show for an hour? Is it really that hard to do a show for an hour? Really? I don't know, man. Again, am I like on a generational hate run today? Like, what is this? 59, 59. All his shows by himself are under 15, under 1 hour. Not including that, if you include the intro music and shit, right? This is probably less than an hour. 57, 57, 54, 55. That's 1 hour. 1 hour, 1 hour and 1 hour and 1 minute. Cool. 56, 55. Like 56 again. God damn, nigga. Bare minimum boys out here, isn't it? Like, ay. Anyway, whatever. Oh, who's that? Big up, run it up. Young girls have short attention spans. You gotta cut it short. It's hilarious. Anyway, what's I gonna do? No, his website for his dates. I'm sorry. I was trying to gas him up in a way here. Let's go on his websites, right? Let's see. Where's his website? There you go. If you do tour dates, is that March 20th sold out already? Oh no, it's still available. Okay, cool. So usually he sells out these tickets. So maybe is there a possibility, right? Oh shit, he's doing a weekend, isn't it? Okay, he's doing 4 shows over the weekend. So he's doing a Friday and a Saturday show. Is it possible that because he's already I'd imagine he's probably sold those seats pretty well, right? He always sells pretty decently. Maybe they're just not. This is just like a free hit, right? This is just a free hit. The March 20th 4 p.m. is just a free hit because Vulcan's probably covered in that. They covered their bases. They can pay the staff. They can pay the security. Everything's done. They're over their minimum, whatever the spend, whatever the ticket sales are. And if he wants to do a show at 4 p.m., the venue's already gonna be ready by then anyway, right? It's gonna be all prepared and ready to go. No problem. You know what I mean? That might be the reason why. Let me check. Can we see the seating plans? Is there a thing over here, or is it not going to be there? No, we don't have that. We don't have. Are they all available? Let's see how many tickets you can add to the basket. 15? Can I add 15? Of course I can add 15, can't I? Of course I can add 15. Okay. Let's go to one of them. Let's go to his one. Let's see. How many can I add here? Can I add 15 too? Yeah, you can add 15. So maybe not. Who knows? Maybe he's not selling out. Maybe he's not selling tickets as much as I thought he was. Can you add 15 here too? Oh, let's go front row. Let's go 9 on the front row. Oh, all there still. Let's go 15 general population. All there still. Cool. Okay. Fair play. Maybe I'm wrong then. Maybe he's not selling as much as I thought he was. Maybe he's not selling as much as I thought he was. Either way, I find the 4 p.m. time a bit strange.
It's like a VIP.
I'll be doing a triple whammy, so because I got 2 shows that night.
You got 3 shows.
Let's see how much Austin loves Chris. Yeah. See Chris 3 fucking.
Oh, big up Chris Mack. Okay, cool. Casual. There we go. Thank you, Chris Mack. Casual Fridays are a thing. Casual Friday. Okay, cool. So you sometimes do end work early on a Fridays, right? Okay, cool.
Times.
And if you're already going to Chris's show, you get a big discount.
Little discount, yeah.
On the live Golden Hour.
Yeah, so come, make a day of it. Make a night of it.
Yeah. It's basically like
it's 7 hours with Chris.
No, it's a it's what do you call it? What the hell's that?
You come to the show.
Like an amusement park.
Here's how you do it. Second show, people. This
fucking hell, man. Am I the only one that's reading signs that Chris D'Elia is like not interested in the show at all, innit? Brendan's the one that brought it up. Eric Griffin's trying to like steer the boat. He's trying to read out, you know, get the fucking car back on track and trying to re-emphasize the details, you know. But Chris D'Elia seems very non-committal, kind of like he's a little bit embarrassed about it. I don't know. Am I reading too much into this? Body language. Does Chris D'Elia not seem that into this at all? Like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, comment at that. Eric, like he doesn't want to hang out with them, you know? Like he doesn't really want to hang out with them too. Like, why are you guys tagging onto my show? Like he doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't give me the vibe. Again, I might be reading too much into it. I might be being weird, but he doesn't look like he's too happy about this. He really doesn't look like he's too happy. I don't know if they're cramping his style, if they're gonna make him look bad. I don't know. Or if he's just thinking, what the fuck are we gonna do in a live podcast? Because that's the thing, isn't it? Given Chris D'Elia success, I don't think he's ever done a live podcast show, has he? Am I wrong for thinking that? I don't think Chris D'Elia has done his own live podcast show, even though his own podcast is more popping than what they do. So, you know, it's a bit interesting then. He's like, what am I even gonna do? Crowd work all 2 hours long. Another crowd. Then he's gonna go into his own set and do the whole set. That's probably what he's thinking, isn't it? He's gonna have to rely on crowd work for the live show. Then he's also gonna have to do crowd work when he does his own show. It's gonna be like, you know, 5 hours of back-to-back crowd work. Brutal.
How you do it? Second show, people. This is how you do it. You come to our podcast, then you go to dinner.
Of course,
yeah, exactly, Coiler. Exactly. He wouldn't even have talked to them if it hadn't been cancelled. Exactly. I don't think Eric Griffin would be on a show if he didn't get cancelled. To be fair, yeah, he wouldn't be on a show. And he wouldn't be on. Chris D'Elia wouldn't talk to him. He wouldn't be on a show, and I'm pretty sure Eric Griffin would be on a show if Chris never got cancelled, because Eric Griffin's kind of on the show to kind of like basically Eric and Chris are making up for Theo. Like them two have to like fill in Theo's seats, you know. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. Theo was such a force to be reckoned with. Theo was such a big part of why King and the Sting was good, that they had to get two people to fill his one seat.
It's got involving fucking dinner.
Okay, and then you go see Chris at the late show. Yeah. That's how you should do it.
That's a nice little date.
And because I'm in town, you might.
You never know.
You might.
Yo, big up Izanella. That's a really good description. A really good what you call it? Whatever you said there. Sorry, description, analysis. He booked the shows and they added the show. He wasn't into doing the extra show with them. Yeah, exactly. That's true. That's probably true. He did his weekend, his 4 shows, spread across 2 days. I mean, they probably convinced him to do this, isn't it? That's why he looks. Even this. Look at this. Even this screen grab here. Eric Griffin's always got his fucking people-pleasing look on his face. But look at Chris D'Elia. That's like Hello Darkness, My Old Friend, isn't it? That is Q White Run music. That's Q White Run. That's Q Hello Darkness, My Old Friend. Like, he does not look that infused about this show, does he? He doesn't look infused.
See a guest set from Griffin.
You never know.
Because you're going to, you know what I mean? Then you're going to really see, you know.
You never. Yeah, then, yeah.
4,000 miles.
I get it. Some people in the audience are saying.
And Chris, are your 2 shows that night? It's all at the Vulcan?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, so you're just going to be.
I love how they're just finding out the details just now, by the way. I love how they're just finding out the details on the show. I do love that. Look, I think that's why he's so happy. Look at that sip. Yep. I'm going to have to work for my money this time. Fuck, you know, no 58-minute shows. No 56-second shows. Look at his face. Hold on, let me scroll it back a little bit. He doesn't look too happy about it. Yep. Does this weird little smirk before. Yeah, there we go. That little the little pressing up of the lips. Yeah. I'm gonna have to maybe write some material. Yeah. Can't just rely on gyrating my hips. Crowd work won't cut it, will it, for 6 hours?
Oh, so you're just gonna be there from 3 to midnight.
I've done it. I did it in West Nyack. They added. We had a show. I don't know. I don't know. You guys talked me into this. You know what I mean?
I didn't even watch the end. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even watch the end. I just clipped it. I didn't even watch the end. I just clipped the first bit. I didn't know he said that. Oh my god! It was so obvious. It was so obvious. I'm glad I didn't watch this first. I'm glad I didn't watch this all the way through first. Oh, I didn't even know that. I swear to God, I didn't know he said that. I didn't know he said that. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. I could tell he wasn't down. He was not into it whatsoever, man. The body language is so funny. Look at the body language. Look at how high up his shoulders are covering his neck. Look at the body language, man. Look at the body language. Oh, he does not. He's just like squirming, innit? Hiding.
They added. We had a show. I don't know. I don't know. You guys talked me into this. You know what I mean?
Oh, we talked.
No. It's not that I didn't want to do it. I did.
Whenever the first thing comes out of your mouth, it's always your first thought. Whenever the first thing comes out of your mouth, have a clumsy. That's always your actual true thoughts.
But I'm like,
I'm sorry.
Heaven forbid we,
No, I. It's not that I didn't want to do it. I did want to do it.
Heaven forbid we try and do a cash grab, innit? Yeah.
Do it, but I was like, all right, if I'll do it, yeah, 3 shows. But yeah, I'll do it. And now you guys are like, you're doing 3 shows.
That is true, though, right? Why couldn't they just book their own show? You have to think about that. Why couldn't they just like book their own live show? Why do they have to do it on the same day that Chris Lee is already doing his show? Don't you find that interesting? Maybe because they knew they couldn't sell any tickets if it wasn't like sandwiched in before Chris Lee's show. Strange. Don't get me wrong. I will be glued to my Instagram. I will be probably streaming that day, and I want to see what type of people go and watch their show. I want to see what they look like. I want to see because I don't, like I said previously, I think this is a fool's errand, really. I think this is a fool's errand, a complete waste of time, because they're not going to plan anything, right? They barely planned this show. But the only way that show would work is if they plan segments. Maybe if they reintroduce stuff like, I don't know, Rate My Mum, what they should do on kind of King and the Sting. If they reintroduce some segments, maybe have some crowd interaction, like without doing crowd work, actual people coming up to the stage and sharing stories, or maybe people in the crowd asking Q&A. I don't know, whatever you want to do, right? Figure it out. But I don't think they're going to ever do that. I don't think they're ever going to prepare to that extent. Chris Lear definitely isn't going to do it, right? Chris Lear is already looking very unenthusiastic about it. He's already dreading the work, right? That's one thing. Is like, for comedians, there's one thing they fucking hate. They don't want to be on stage more than they have to, right? They don't want to go the extra mile for their fans or whatever. So he probably is a bit pissed off he has to do these 3 shows anyway in general. So he's definitely not going to want to be involved. I already kind of gave you the, I gave you the fucking grace to come and do this show before mine and whatever. Don't now ask me to come and sit in meetings and shit. So they're not going to plan a show. It's at 4 p.m. on a Friday, week before payday, right? March 20th is like a week before payday. Again, I don't know. Americans, I know you guys are different. You get bi-weekly pay, but let's say you get paid once a month. It's a week before payday, March 20th at 4 p.m. I don't know. March, there's a lot of birthdays, office-wise, right? I feel like March in the office, at workplaces, I feel like the time there's always birthdays is like March, August, and September. I feel like in workplaces, there's always birthdays around then, right? I don't know. I just find it as a strange time, strange place to do a show, personally. I could be mistaken, but I don't think this is going to go the way they think it's going to go. I don't think it's going to go the way they think it's going to go. But it's funny how Chris D'Elia just exposed, look, you taught me into this, guys. I didn't want to do this. Jesus Christ. Big up Coiler. The place's Redness C only lasted two shows. True. Run it back. Lacking ability to pod. Beast loud. I would hate to be around the corner if I was the leader. They're all insufferable. Yeah, true. Papa always finds a way to put others down. Just that Vulcan, yeah. Just that Vulcan. Yeah, I didn't notice actually. Yeah, just that Vulcan. Of course. Where's he gonna be? The worst time possible to reintroduce Crystalia back into the JRE fold would be now, and with all the Epstein thing going on. You really can't. This would probably be the worst time ever to reintroduce Crystalia to his fan base. But I think, given the amount of friends that Rogan has who are in the Epstein files, and given the amount of friends in general he has in stand-up comedy who have like dodgy things about them, I think it's a bit rich to cut off Crystalia, you know? I think it's a bit rich. I know Crystalia is a monster, I know the stuff about him is horrible, but I think if you're Rogan, you don't really have a leg to stand on to say, oh yeah, Crystalia's not my friend anymore. So, really? Have you seen your friends? Have you seen your friends? Come on, man. Do you know what I mean? Glass House, Stones, all that shit. Come on, man. Come on. Pot Ghetto Black, all that shit. Come on. Anyway, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. Jean-Claude Van Damme challenges Jake Paul to a fight, according to the Jerry Reddit. Jean-Claude Van Damme challenges Jake Paul to a fight. If this is true, I love this timeline we're living in.
Hey Jake, this is JCVD, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Bloodsport.
It's true. That's his voice. I recognize that voice anyway.
Let's do a fight, a real fight, of course. I promise you I will not kick below the belt, which means no low kick, so I don't break your knee, I don't break your ankle. That's number one. Number two, you cover yourself. Same for me, I guess. You've done a good fight with AJ.
You cover yourself. Same for me, I guess. I don't need to cover myself. I'm Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like, come on, man. Relax. You cover yourself. Same for me, I guess. Yo, Jean-Claude Van Damme, man, please remove the layers and layers of fucking bathrobes. Like, how many bathrobes is he wearing right now? How many bathrobes? Is he wearing like 6? Is he covered in 6 bathrobes right now? Like, what's he doing? You cover up, maybe I'll cover. He really thinks he's that guy in the movies, isn't it? He really thinks he's the guy from the movies. Honestly, man, like this is a different level of method acting.
People, they make fun, but you were very courageous, okay? So I'm telling you so, as a friend, right? Or, yeah, as a friend, why not? So let's do a fight. It can be done in Macau, and Las Vegas, can be in Middle East, Paris, the UK. I like Macau. We can do it in Macau, kind of cool. Or Dubai, Abu Dhabi, whatever, Saudi Arabia. You choose the place, and I'll give 15% of my profit to a charity. You can do same, and if not, that's your decision. And I'll make the promoter do the same. So that's it. Short message. It's Instagram. Guys, everybody who can hear this message, visualize this message, audio visualizing this message, please send that around the world. I want Jake Paul to know about it, okay? K1 against boxing without low kick and without elbow. I will not stop until you say yes. What do you have to lose? You are handsome, you're beautiful. I don't drive a Ferrari. I do my spray shampoo. Spray perfume. I'm a normal guy who just want to kick your ass. Simple like that. Jean-Claude Van Damme, lots of respect, but still, you'll go to sleep.
I don't know, man. I love his movies, right? I love him in the movies and shit, but I don't know, man. Gramps, you gotta hang it up, Gramps. Hang it up, man. Hang it up. Allow the clout chaser, man. Hang it up. Even if it's for a good cause, hang it up, man. Hang it up. Enjoy your riches. Enjoy fucking smashing 21-year-olds or whatever you're doing now. Enjoy doing all the fucking blow you want. You know what I mean? Like, just enjoy life, man, until your heart goes, until you stop. And just, you know what I mean? Close your eyes and I know, as some fucking Ukrainian chick is sucking you off or something. Just enjoy that. You don't need to do this. You don't need. This is just. I don't know. I think some of our legends just need to hang it up. Just hang it up, man. You're Jean-Claude Van Damme. Why are you even on Instagram anyway? Why are you on Instagram doing all this shit? Like, why? You should be filming cameos. You should be filming cameos, getting paid bucks. You should be on Cameo, just smashing out the fucking shoutouts, living in fucking different cities every weekend, just chilling, doing a couple of showcases and shit. You know what I mean? Going around the world and doing that scene from Kickboxers, with a bamboo tree, doing fake scenes like that and just getting people to like cheer you. You know, fake scenes of you and the bamboo thing. Fuck it, man. Enjoy life. I want to fight fucking Jake Paul. Like, what? I don't drive Farrakh. Whatever, man. Whatever. Humble guy. Okay. Gramps, hang it up. Hang it up, Gramps. Hang it up, man. Hang it up. Gramps, hang it up. Please. Have some class, man. Hang it. Imagine clout chasing Jake Paul, you know. You even make Jake Paul look like the sane one, the cool. Like, come on, man. Hang it up, Jake. Hang it up, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Hang it up. Anyway. What do I know? Matt McCusker, we watched that already. What's this about? Oh, this is what's his name again? I forgot the guy's name. The one that's got the squeaky voice. Yeah. What's his fucking name? What's this guy's name again? Why do I not remember his name? What's his fucking name? He's got a show, right? He's like a right wing guy. What the fuck's his name? Michael Malice. That's the one. That's the one. Michael Malice turned up to Rogan looking the way he does. Does anyone actually believe what Joe's saying here? Cool.
If you want to talk corruption, look at Trump and all his sweetheart deals, blah, 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 blah. Hillary's already throwing him under the bus about Epstein. They don't have shame. Did you not see that? Saying? Hillary's like, Trump's in the files thousands of times. Like, let's have this conversation. She started already.
Right, right. What does that mean, though, when you're in the file thousands of times? Because he is the guy that was...
Oh, Rogan, man. Again, Rogan doing this thing. I don't know what this thing is. I don't know what this thing is, but this like willful ignorance, right? This like self-induced amnesia, maybe? I don't know what you'd call it. Like this, like, what does this mean though if you're in the files? It's like, what? What do you mean what it means? It's bad, isn't it? Like, if you're in it thousands of times, it's bad. The guy was a known fucking predator, a known PDF. But some of the people are in it after, because that's the thing, it's that 2008 date, right? Everyone comes to go, oh, before 2008, no one knew, right? Let's give everyone a benefit of the doubt. Before his actual conviction, nobody knew, right? 2008, the first one, nobody knew. Cool. He gets convicted, 2008. And then everyone's still in the fucking emails after 2008, 2009. That's bad. That's really bad. It's bad if you were in there before 2008, 2009. It's bad if you're in there after 2008, 2009. It's just bad all around. Same way that he gloats about not being in the emails, and he gloats that he's in the emails for a good thing, right? And in all the communication, Rogan's gloating that you can see that they're talking about trying to convince him to come on the show. They're trying to convince Rogan to speak to fucking Epstein, or the suggestion is they're trying to convince Rogan to get Epstein on the show. But that's what you can see from the emails. There's nothing else dicey or weird about Rogan's, implication or name in the files. By that same token, if you're willing to take credit and you're willing to pat yourself on the back because you didn't interview this guy, you thought he was a weirdo, cool, we're going to give you the props for it. But then don't act like you don't know why it would look bad if you're in it 1,000 times. Come on, man. Come on. Not including the pictures and the videos and cutting all the witness and potential witness fucking stuff. Come on, man. Stop being like obtuse. You know what I mean? Stop it. You're not that dumb. You're not that dumb. Please. You know you're not that dumb.
In contact with the FBI about Epstein. He did contact the FBI after Epstein was arrested and thanked them for arresting him and getting him because that guy was a real problem.
Right, but
and he did kick him out of Mar-a-Lago in 2005.
But she's being factual but not truthful. So it is factual that his name is in the files as of times, and then you leave it for the person listening to make that conclusion.
Right, that's all you have to say.
Like, holy shit! Look how small his hand is. Is that his hand? What happened to his hand? What the fuck? Whoa! Look at how tiny his hand is. Why didn't I reckon? Has he? Is his hand like? I don't want to say anything bad. Has he got something wrong with his hands? Wow! Look how small his hands are. Can you see that? Am I bugging? Am I making too much of it? Is this nothing? Don't fucking, what's his name? Michael Malice's hands look really small. Or has he just got fatter or something? Why does his hands look tiny? Looks like a child's hand. Look when it moves full speed.
And then you leave it for the person listening to make that conclusion.
Right, that's all you have to.
Listening to make that conclusion. Then you leave it for the person listening to make that conclusion.
Right,
as of times. And then you leave it for the person listening to make that conclusion.
That's like a small hand, isn't it? That looks like a tiny hand. That don't even look real. It's so small. It's like, is he okay? Anyway, big up Michael Malice. Big up Michael Malice, I guess. Doing some showmanship there, innit? Doing some showmanship. I don't know. I guess he explained it. Do I want to know? Do I want to know? Do I want to know? Am I bothered to know why he did this face painting? Should I just click the video? No, I don't care. I don't care. But congratulations on it. I was thinking, do I want to know? Do I want to go in the video and check? I don't give a fuck. I really don't. But congratulations to him. As long as he's happy in it. As long as he's happy. Rogan, there should be $0 for illegal immigrants. Oh, fucking hell, man. The greatest fucking, what do you call it, threat. The greatest fucking threat to society is illegal immigration, right? Not the billionaires, not the bankers, not the fucking lack of housing, not the homelessness problem, right? Not all the drugs on the street, right? Not the fucking opioid addictions. Nah. It's illegal immigrants. That's the main thing. All these handouts they're getting. That's the main thing. Kids can't get jobs, right? The jobs that are around, they fucking get worked around the clock. Yeah, I mean, work till their fucking sweat comes off of their fucking fingers. But the main problem is illegal immigrants. That's the main issue. Cool.
He's a fucking psychopath. Like, the amount for migrants is crazy. There should be $0 for illegal immigrants.
But zero. I don't think you can have zero, because if they're going to be there, they're going to be. You have to feed them. You have to do something with them. Like literally, if you don't feed them, they're going to be robbing stores. They have to. Human beings need food. What are you going to do?
Get them jobs.
How are you going to get a migrant a job?
Get them a job in Guatemala.
Wouldn't you rather give them food than a job? I don't want them taking American citizens' jobs.
Well, the whole thing's a mess.
The whole thing's a mess. But the point is, you can't just throw them away.
Right.
That's the
Unless
problem.
you're going to remove them.
Rogan having to be convinced. Rogan having to be convinced that you just can't like throw them overboard. Rogan having to be convinced by his fellow right-wing like person, right? A person that probably aligns with him politically, having to convince him that you just can't like throw illegal immigrants overboard. You can't just shoot them as they cross the border. Right? You can't just let them starve. If you've got any type of empathy, right? If you've got any type of empathy, you know, maybe don't give them mansions, right? No one's saying that, but you can't exactly just let them die. Okay, cool. So you can't throw them overboard. What can you do? Can you make them work on the deck when it's really windy?
In the country,
right? Unless you're moving, even if you want to put them in jail, that's not cheap,
right? That costs a lot of money,
right? So, what are you gonna do?
Oh, I fucking love it! I fucking love it! I fucking love it! the truth is, right, unfortunately, there's probably no real solution that would really work that's going to solve illegal immigration in America. If you're just sensible. Let's not get too overly political, because you know I don't like talking about politics on here. I'm not really a political guy in general. I don't know shit, and also I'm not American. But if you just use your common sense brain, you would know that most capitalist societies benefit a lot from immigration, especially illegal immigration. Maybe more so America, in terms of the infrastructure and shit, right? So if you really wanted to deal with illegal immigration in terms of rounding everybody up and chucking them out, it would sink the economy. Let's be real, it would just sink the economy. It's not going to work. Like, if you really wanted to do it for real. Because I don't remember the last time I saw a clip of ICE agents going to like a luxury resort somewhere and rounding up the fucking workers that work there. I'm not going to lie. Let me know if I'm lying or not, but I don't remember the last time I saw ICE agents going to like some fancy skyscraper somewhere where there might be some illegal people working there and pulling them out. You know, I don't really see that. So if that's the case and you're not willing to actually go all the way and some Gestapo shit and really go door to door and get them all out, that might affect everybody across the board, socioeconomic level wise, you're not going to ever deal with it. Unless you're really hell bent on, you know, making sure that you go really hard on terms of the visas and whatever else it may be, and have really tight fucking entry requirements and no buying. Like, if you can do it. Countries have shown it. Like, Japan doesn't have an illegal immigration problem, but then you look at how they deal with stuff and it's a little bit, you know, if you really look into it, it's a bit dark. But if you really want to do it, you can, but it's going to require the people up above like taking some damage. You know, it's going to require some of these bigwigs, some of these hedge fund managers, some of these tech founders who benefit a lot from illegal immigration, some of these billionaires and millionaires and shit, some of these thousandaires that billion, like, come on, man, come on. Some of these fucking thousandaires who have free nannies because they play the fucking Honduras lady peanuts and shit. I don't know, man. I don't know if you can really do it properly. So yeah, let's chill with the brother. Plus Rogan, like, last point on this, right? I think I have more sympathy for someone that has really kind of like bordering on like racist views when it comes to legal migration, when you're just a regular person working a 9 to 5. I have more patience. I have more understanding. I can let you just, it's not my, you know, I can't stop you from talking, but I get it. If you're a regular average Joe and you're being kind of impacted more so by illegal immigration, your daily life is affecting you. It's affecting the way that you're able to make money, not make money, compete, whatever it is, whatever the issue is that's affecting you, I can listen to that. What does Rogan, how is illegal immigration hurting Rogan? Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. Like, you get paid to yap on the microphone, brother. Shut up. Shut up. If a local landscaper, right, is complaining about illegal migration, I get it. If a local American citizen fucking landscaper is complaining about illegal migration, I get it. In his neighborhood, all of the fucking Hispanic people or whatever from that country, from Central America, South America, are coming in and they're undercutting him, right? Super hard because they're willing to work for peanuts because they're getting it all cash in hand and shit. I get it. If you got a problem with legal immigration, I get it. I understand. Don't blame, don't fucking spit or get angry at the Theos, right? Don't get fucking angry at the fucking Theos and the Chicos and the Hermanos. Don't piss that. It's not their fault. You know what I mean? They're taking advantage of the system, don't get me wrong, but you know what I mean? Like, don't go at them. But I get it. I got more sympathy and understanding for you. But fucking Rogan, in his ivory tower, like, what the fuck does he like? This for me is part of the LARPing they do, which is really good. I always say I think comedians are the best at pretending they are working class or they're like middle class. Comedians are the best. I don't know how they do it, but comedians are really good at making their fans or people think like they're one of them. Like, they're really good at it. I don't know what it is about comedians. To being a stand-up comic, you kind of always have to people please and you're a little bit of a social chameleon. I don't know what it is about them, but look at Bert Kreischer. Bert Kreischer's like a multi-millionaire, like probably 10 times over. But he acts and talks and carries himself like, I'm drunk, I'm one of you guys. You know, it's like, brother, you never had a job in your life. Like, You've never had a job in your life. You've never had a regular job in your life. You know what I mean? Like, you went to college for like 7 years. Like, what? Most people have to just drop out and get a job. Most people can't even afford to stay in college. Like, you have to drop out and just get a real job. He never had to grow up ever. He's like 50. He's like 50 going on fucking 17. Fucking so I give them a lot of credit. I don't know how they do it, but they got a real talent for, like, you know, talking about things that, you know, regular people have issues with and pretending like it affects them. Like, illegal immigration doesn't affect Rogan. I don't care what anyone says. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's a fucking lie. Whatever. Next clip. Neil deGrasse Tyson says that sports should be divided by hormone ratios. Neil deGrasse Tyson says sports should be divided by hormone ratios. Okay.
With Martina Navratilova.
What do you mean I have nothing? What do you mean?
A beef. Well, she has beef with you.
Why does she have a beef with me?
Because you think like guys with dicks should get in the women's swimming pool, basically.
Well, whatever got clipped and reposted, I don't know. But what I said was that in this emergent space where you have people expressing themselves.
I'm not gonna lie. Maybe this is just me. This is just my inner fucking crackhead speaking. I like this topic. This topic doesn't make sense, but I just saw the clip and I like the fact that he's drinking, and I like the fact that fucking Bill Maher is like sparking up. Right? This is probably we probably do need more pods where people are just like letting loose, like back in the day. It's not gonna be how it was back in the day when everyone was a bit more loose. But I really don't. I don't care to be like. I don't care for like intellectual conversations on the podcast. I want to hear nonsense. I want to hear hot takes. I want to hear nonsense. I want to hear whatever lifestyle shit. But I don't want to hear you pontificate on like world affairs and shit. And I don't want to hear that. So maybe get loose, spark up a thing, just talk rubbish, let out your fucking dark side. You know what I mean? Show people how much of a mess you are. Like, I actually wouldn't mind that more going forward. Maybe that's what Rogan needs. Maybe we need Rogan smoking more joints on his show. Maybe.
On a gender spectrum, and you want to now compete in sports, that's still a frontier to be solved. And I don't have the answer, but I can suggest one, whether or not it'll work. Maybe we don't compete by gender anymore. We compete on hormone ratios. Okay? There was a woman who had uncommonly high testosterone levels, and they wanted to disqualify her because of how manly she was when she was born a woman and competing as a woman. So that's how we're going to do it.
You know,
that comes from a nigga that's never played sports, and I know it's allegedly he was some sort of wrestler or something in college, but this is not opinion of a guy that is into sports, isn't it? Separate sports by hormonal ratios. What? The whole reason why sports is amazing is because that girl that looks like a man in fucking wrestling or boxing, whatever, it's actually incredible when a girl beats her, when like a girly girl beats her. That's what makes it interesting. You know what I mean? That you wouldn't want the girl, the manly looking girl, the muscular looking girl to compete with the dudes, because that also wouldn't be a fair contest. You actually want to see the fucking 5'7" girl beat up the 6'2" girl that's built like a brick wall. That's actually that's a good thing. You want to see the competition. You want to see the different, you know what I mean, the different levels of performance, because it's not guaranteed that just because you're big and strong that you're going to be, especially when it comes to fighting, it doesn't work that way. Just because you're strong or you're, you know what I mean, it doesn't mean you're going to always win. So this is a stupid thing to say, very, very stupid. But anyway, Neil deGrasse Tyson, this is not his lane. This is not his lane.
Yeah, because what you really want, wait, Bill, no, I've thought this through more than you might think I have. Oh. So what you really want is an interest.
Fucking hell, isn't it? Bill Maher's a bit of a cunt, and that was a bit of a cunty thing to say, isn't it? Like, I know Bill Maher's a bit of a cunt, but why did he say that? Hold on, what did he say there?
So that's how we're going to do it.
You know, this is
what you really want. Wait, Bill, no, I've thought this through more than you might think I have.
Oh.
Excuse me? Oh, even Bill Bella, huh? Why'd you say that for? We're on a show, bro. Like, just like, what? What's wrong with Neil deGrasse? Why do you say like that? I actually thought about way more than you think I have. I didn't say you didn't think about what? Like, are you okay? Why are you talking to me like that? He's a bit of a cunt, isn't it, Neil deGrasse Tyson? He's a little bit of a cunt here.
As a woman. So if that's how we're going to do it.
You know, this again, this
is what you
just...
really want. Wait, Bill, no, I've thought this through more than you might think I have. So what you really want is an interesting contest between people who are similarly talented. The least interest.
Hold on, I got to hear that O again. That O sounded so defeated. He sounds so defeated. What was that?
So what you really want, so what you really, so what you, so what you, so what you really want is an interesting contest between people who are similarly talented. The least interesting Super Bowl you could ever watch is a blowout by halftime.
See, what we agree on is that there are anomalies in human.
What is with people that just like? When did this type of sports fan come? Who is this sports fan? Oh, it's not a good Super Bowl if it's a blowout by half time. Maybe, how about if the team turns it around the second half? I don't understand this. Who are all these sports fans? Oh, it's not good if it's like a tight Super Bowl with like 1 point. If the other team is winning by 70. If it's a blowout, brother, that is sports. You never know what may happen. It could be one of the greatest comebacks of all time. Seeing another team get blown out before the halftime is also entertaining. Like, god damn, man. Everything has to be an exact science. Shut up.
Nature, whereas, you know, the vast majority of people, I'm sorry, are still male or female. And certainly every cell in our body is dictating one of those other sexes. I mean, obviously,
the hormones are. Yeah.
Obviously, also I make sperm and other people make eggs.
That's what hormones do. Yeah.
You can't deny.
He's such a cunt, isn't it? He's such a cunt. He's such a know-it-all cunt, man. Is it really important to do this? Say something like this. Is it really important when he's basically saying what you're saying? Why is he like this? Like, I prefer the type of quote-unquote public intellectuals who don't just throw it in your face at all times. Like, why is he correct? Like, do you really need to do that when he's kind of, you know what he's trying to say? He's also saying the same thing that you're saying anyway. Actually, that's what the moments are. Fucking hell, man. He's a real cunt, innit? He's a real fucking... I never noticed this bit, but I'm not gonna lie. I never noticed this bit until this clip. What a cunt.
You can't deny that. Okay.
Hormones are. Yeah.
Obviously, also, I make sperm and other people make eggs.
That's what hormones do. Yeah.
You can't deny that. Okay. So but we, as liberals, we, I think, agree that, you know, there are anomalies in nature and they should be respected and protected. But this attempt to reorganize...
He's like, when's this dummy gonna finish talking? Look at his face. He's like, when this dummy gonna finish talking? Look at Neil deGrasse Tyson's face. When's this fucking low IQ, no PhD having fucking guy gonna stop talking? When is this fucking dummy gonna stop talking? Look at Neil deGrasse's face. When is this dummy gonna stop talking?
This attempt to reorganize all of society around what a very tiny percentage, who again we can protect and respect without pretending that every baby is a jump ball like penis. What the fuck? I don't know. That doesn't mean anything. We have no idea what this child is. I mean, that seems to be where you want to go. I mean, like, how many people fit this description that we should reorganize sports around? Sports we have men's sports and women's sports. And if the best team in the WNBA played the worst team in the NBA, the score would be 1,000,000-0. Can we organize society around that basic point with this, of course, proviso that we protect and...
You know, it's also funny though. Most women could beat up Bill Maher. That's the thing that's really... I always find guys that are like talking about this sort of stuff and have really strong opinions at it. Most women could probably beat you up. Women Bill Maher's age could probably beat him up. That's the thing, isn't it? Right? I know he only fucks with younger ladies, but it's really funny how much of an opinion he has. It's like, bro, women your age could beat you up. Not even that play sports. Just regular women could beat you up. Like, shut up.
and respect people who do not fit into it.
Let's segregate society between
That's not
dark-skinned people and light-skinned
segregating.
people
It's
because
not-
that nature made it that way, and that's how it is. So
he would definitely like to separate people by IQ, though. Ask him about IQ. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson would definitely be up for splitting people up via IQ. I was pretty sure.
Well, nature
or by IQ, not via. You say that on for by, but
did make it that way.
You are,
and it's not segregating.
Well, there was a time
segregating anything.
That attitude 150 years ago was
2 years ago. You act like this was yes, right. Lincoln. This was a big issue in the Lincoln-Douglas debates. Trans people. That's
No,
right.
I'm talking about
I
black,
remember
white.
that from
I'm talking about black,
1861. Yes, I remember those debates.
It was 1860.
And
I think,
Lincoln
but yeah.
was all about getting trans. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't know, man. I don't trust a black guy who doesn't get lineup. I'm not gonna lie. There's something about black people. Black guys that don't get lineups, suspicious. A black guy that doesn't like to get his, like, you know what I mean? It's like, are you okay? Are you okay? But big up Neil deGrasse Tyson. Big up Neil deGrasse Tyson anyway. Big up Neil deGrasse Tyson the same way. We're all different in it. We're all different. We're all different. Joe Rogan. 90 seconds into a new pod is all it took for Joe to go on his favorite talking point.
In 20 minutes, you can be.
Geographically, it's amazing.
Yeah, and the weather, you can't.
You can't
really
beat it.
But so if you got good people, good friends with you, then it's all good.
You just run by crooks. It's a nice neighborhood run by the mob. It's run by the woke mob.
Yeah.
But I mean, geographically, you can't beat it. You could be a.
Jesus Christ, man. COVID really broke his brain, innit? COVID, like that COVID lockdown, man. That COVID lockdown in LA must. I'm starting to think the more he talks about it, the more I'm starting to think to myself, like, was it really as bad as Rogan? Like, maybe Rogan was right. Maybe it was really bad because he doesn't stop to mention it. You know, like LA's gone down. It's super woke. COVID, Gavin Newsom. I think the fact that they took away his ability to, like I said previously, I personally think, right, this is just, you know, not the most clever or insightful observation, but you would imagine for majority of Rogan's life, he's probably never been told no. You would imagine for the majority of Rogan's life, he's probably never been told no. You know, he's got enough money and resources and connections that he can do what the fuck he wants. He's got proper fuck you money. He doesn't probably say fuck you enough, to be fair to him, but he probably has enough fuck you money to do whatever the fuck he wants. And for one time in his adult life, he got told he couldn't do stand-up comedy. He couldn't go on tour. I think it really affected him. And it's probably, you know, no people are going to have sympathy for him because he's a fucking nearly close to a billionaire. No one's really going to cry him a river. Yeah, no one's going to get their fucking violins out for him. But I think that's probably the reason why he's got so much, like, triggers around it all, you know? Like, LA, this, that. It's like, come. For me, I'm like, get over it, man. Move past this. Like, are you still talking about this? Like, 7 years, however later it is, like, are you not bored of this? Like, woke this, liberal that. Like, we get it, bro. We get it. Plus it's LA. Like, LA's never going to be conservative. LA's never going to be fucking Republican. It's never going to be like that. It's never. They might get to a place where they're a bit more, they're less like puritanical, or they're less like pearl clutchy, maybe less sensitive or whatever, maybe less woke, dare I say. But it's never and never has been right leaning, or because it's never have. If you are conservative, you have to operate like, there's probably loads of people in Hollywood who are ardent Republicans, not even MAGA people, because MAGA people are just a different breed, right? They just kind of, it's almost like they enjoy just like winding people up that they're MAGA. But I'm sure there's proper conservatives, proper Republicans in Hollywood. You just learn to live, you just learn to work there. It is what it is. You might not like certain things, but you just make it work for yourself. Rogan turned his whole thing about, I can't live here because it's a brother, man. Like, you know where you are though, innit? You know where you are though, innit? It's the entertainment industry, like no one right leaning makes good entertainment. Let's be fair. That's not their forte. The entertainment industry is gonna be obviously left leaning more. It's just is what it is. Figure it out or not. It's not that deep. Or just get over it. Like you moved. Like shut up. Oh my god, it's so annoying. It's so annoying. I don't know. Big up, Joe. This is my favorite clip from the road. Italians are known for their spicy food. Allegedly, Italians are known for their spicy food. I love how Rogan considers himself like, I guess he doesn't think he's white, I guess. Is that what he's trying to say here? I don't know. I'm a different type of white. You know, I like spicy food. Okay, brother. Whatever you say.
I'm a different type of white person because I'm Italian and we're associated with spicy food. Very strong flavors.
Sorry, I'm just looking at him thinking, what? Different type? What do you mean different type? What? Different type? Honestly, I love Rogan. I love him so much, but the older he gets, man, he's losing the plot, man. He's losing the plot.
Yeah, but it's a different. Like Italian people don't like bland food. They
So
like
you're not going to
very
say
spicy,
you're not
very
gonna say,
flavorful food.
I'm bringing.
We like garlic. Super spicy garlic. Honestly, man, I love Rogan so much, but he's losing the fucking plot, man. That guy is losing the plot, man. He's Italian. Rogan's Italian like DSP is Italian, mate. I swear to God. Rogan is as Italian as Darkside Phil. If you know, you know. Rogan is as Italian as Darkside Phil, man. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, let's go into Reddit. Let's go to TFATK Reddit. What's the TFATK Reddit saying? I haven't checked this out in a while. What they're saying on here? Oh yeah, throwback to Papa explaining his. Oh my God, his Texas tattoo. Yeah, this is his Texas tattoo. Oh, holy mother of cringe. Holy mother. Till this day, I'm still not sure if this tattoo is really Brendan's way of like gassing himself up that he always sells at his show in Texas when he used to do stand-up, or if it was one of those like things that he did hoping Rogan would notice because he's moving to Austin, and you know, I don't know. I'm still not sure. I'm still, because I don't like to, you know, brand everything Brendan does as like a Rogan fucking dick suck or whatever, or trying to gain favor or make him look good. I don't know, because Brendan is so redacted. I could believe he got that tattoo because he sold out a one weekend, you know. Brendan's that redacted. I could believe a scenario where he's like, oh my God, I sold out weekend, I must be super big in Texas, and then he gets a tattoo. Like, I can believe that, because wasn't his thing that every time he does a comedy show he buys new shoes or something? He's trying to make that a thing, like a, you know how rappers do, like when they drop an album they buy a chain. I'm pretty sure Brendan was like, oh yeah, I wanted all these comedy specials, I'm gonna do like a shoe or something. So he's a bit, you know, his brain's not all the way there. But this clip is so embarrassing, so cringe.
It's fun. I have a Texas tattoo, for God's sake. Why'd you do that? I don't know, dude. Why do you have a dragon?
What happened?
Oh, I thought you were making fun of me.
No,
but like
Texas
tattoo, it's the only state when I started stand up I've never not sold out Texas. Every single show I do, I sell out in Texas. I love Texas.
That's why you got that tattoo?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just feel bad for him a little bit. I feel bad for him. The way Rogan kind of like, I don't know what to like. Did he get that? Like, I could actually believe that he got that because he sold out a couple of shows. Not even like all the time. I could believe that he went to Austin once, sold out 2 shows, and was like, oh my God. You know what I mean? And got gas. I could believe that, because especially with he doesn't really seem to, like, you know, have much hang-ups on getting like silly tattoos. So I could see it. But part of me also thinks it's kind of like a weird little, but to be fair to him, when he got that tattoo, Rogan wasn't in Austin, right? So it can't have been really a Rogan thing. It's maybe it's convenient now. Yeah, it can't really be a Rogan because I'm pretty sure he got that title before Rogan ever thought about moving to Austin, Texas, or Texas in general. I don't know. I just find it very. I don't know. Maybe again. Maybe it's the. I'm gonna play a clip later. Maybe it's the English in me. It's the British in me. I just don't understand the concept of like sucking dick or like licking ass. I never got it. But I also think that's part of the reason why I'm where I am. You know. Like, I think you have to be a little bit, you have to be willing to kind of get your tongue out, you know? You have to be willing to do that. And I don't think I've seen a single person that licks ass that's not doing well for themselves. I can't think of one. Can you think of one person that doesn't lick ass that's not doing well for themselves? Whether or not you want to lick the ass is separate. Can you think of an unsuccessful ass licker? One that's like rattling their tin cup somewhere in the street. One that doesn't have a house. One that, you know what I mean? Can you think of somebody like that? I can't think of one that licks ass and isn't like not doing well for themselves in some sense. So maybe there is a benefit to it. I don't know. I'm just a guy, man. I'm just a guy chatting shit on the live stream. Big up everybody tuning in. Smash like, hit subscribe. Big up everybody tuning in. Let me see if there's anybody on the kick side of things before we continue. Because I'm just out here waffling. Oh, nope, no one on kick. Hey! We got everybody tuning in there still. Hold on. Really? Did I not turn off the kick chat? No way. Huh. It says I'm on 9 hours on kick for some reason. It says I'm doing a 9-hour stream one day. Is that true? Did I not kick off? Did I not turn off the settings on kick? Hold on 1 second. Bear me a second here. Bear me a second here. I'm on 9 hours. Oh no, but I say it. Thank God. I thought I was on 9 hours. I was like, I need. Come on, I'm not on 9 hours on fucking kick. And let's move on. Big up everybody tuning in. Make sure you like the stream. How many likes do I have now on the stream? And how many likes do I have? 35 likes. Come on, if you're listening to the show now, take a break, take a pause. Like the stream, please. If you're listening to the show, we'll start in about 10 seconds. We'll restart in 10 seconds. But if you're watching the show, we only got 35 likes and there's 93 of you on the stream chat. Like the stream, please, if you can. That'll be greatly appreciated. I appreciate every single one of you that does so. Like the stream. Not you to do much, just like the stream. Like the fucking stream. Like the fucking stream. It'll be greatly appreciated if you can. Like the fucking stream, please. Like the fucking stream. Like the fucking stream. We're gonna start soon, but not right now. We're gonna start soon, but not right now. We're gonna start soon, but not right now. Please like the stream. Please like the stream. Okay? 35 likes so far. How many we got so far now? 35 still. Only 35 still. Let me just refresh it still. 35. We're gonna start in 10 seconds. Like if you don't mind. How many have I got now? 43. That's better. That's better. Thank you, people. Let's continue. Can sheep stop? Oh, is this a, I love how they keep replaying this video, man. This is so bad. Menudo tacos. This he's not okay, is he? He's not okay, is he? Huh? That guy's not okay, isn't it? Wait, by the way, what happened to this look? Do you think he was cutting his eye? Do you think he was going to the same place that Brendan was going for his eyebrows? Why have his eyebrows changed? Or is he maybe going grey? I feel like his eyebrows weren't as like, you know, contoured or whatever that is going on there. He's got like a eyebrows of a fucking comic book villain, isn't it? But Chin is not okay. Chin is not okay, and that makes him okay in my book. Okay, Chin is not okay, but that makes him okay in my book. Legendary clip from Chin.
Made a menudo taco? I did, from one of these cans. Well, I drained this out as much as I could, took out as much hominy as I could, and this is what I'm left over with. This is guacamole I made with this. Hopefully it's not backwards, it probably is. And these are 0 net carb tortillas, which, we'll see about that. I'm warming up the tortilla over a flame, like this. As I've been taught from my friends, ay Dios mío.
50 years old, bro. 50 years old guy. 50 years old. Just get a frying pan and toast it on there. It's not the same thing, no? Right. It's trying to like performative there. Super performative. Like, you can barely cook, bro. Just get the frying pan out, man. You can barely cook. You don't have the technique for that. Your hands are not, you know what I mean? I'm sure the tias and shit, right? The abuelas and tias, they have, their hands are calloused and shit. You know what I mean? They've done that. It's not, you're not built for that. You're not built for that.
So this is what I have right now. A little drizzle of cheese, and then this is the stomach lining. Tripe, tripe, menudo, and of course a giant bottle of Cholula. This is what it looks like before it goes down the hatch.
God. Oh my fucking God, man. Oh my God. Look at that shit, man. Look at that shit. Just look at that shit. Just look at what's on the screen. If you're not looking at the screen right now and you can hear my voice, run back into the room. Get your phone. Look at the screen. Look at that. Think to yourself, even if you're living alone, would you eat that? Would you fucking eat that? Even if you're living alone and you're nothing, would you fucking eat that? If you ate this, you wouldn't post it on the internet. You'd eat this in shame. You'd eat this in shame. And you'd be like, what have I done with my life? You know? You'd eat this in shame. With the curtains drawn, you know?
Stomach lining. And here we go.
I like when he bites it. Look when he bites it. Look when he bites it. You can't hide it. Look when he bites it. It nearly made him gag. It nearly made him gag. It nearly made him gag. He had to really try and hold that in. That was not. Oof. That did not look good. That did not sound like it tasted good. Look. Watch.
Of course it. Of course it's delicious.
But pretty gamey, I'm not gonna lie. No, he's not all there in the head, innit? I don't want to say he's developmentally challenged, but you know. I don't think so. Pretty gamey, I'm not gonna. Oh, you don't say. You're trying to tell me this shit is gamey. You're trying to tell me that is gamey. No way. You're trying to tell me that is gamey. Like, you're trying to tell me that doesn't taste that great. You're trying to tell me, really? I would have never guessed it. I would have never guessed that didn't taste too great. I love Chin. I love Chin with all my heart. I love Chin with all my heart. And it doesn't sound like it, but I really do. Oh God. What's that? Milk? Oh Jesus Christ! I can't watch that. Chin is talking about a potential new Barnhouse studio. Okay, this is a new studio. New studio information. New studio information. Interesting. Let's see this clip.
Are you getting a new studio?
Just one more time.
Are you getting a new studio?
Brennan said, "Hey, let's look for a new studio because the lease is up." So I started looking online,
Has
and then
it been
I
a
asked
year
him,
already. That's crazy.
That
June,
is
what?
I think June or May.
Yeah. So
It's
around
all
like
crazy.
April.
There's no.
What?
I don't need to say it right here.
Okay.
You just don't sign a 1-year lease for an industrial building. You just
Dude. By the way, I don't. Who knows what they signed? I don't know.
Yeah,
that's very uncommon to do a 1-year lease.
Yeah.
Nick, you gotta be careful there, Nick. Nick, you gotta be careful, brother. I can do this. Unique can do this. American Reader can do this. Podcast Creators can do this. Hitcher Try can do this. But you gotta be careful, bro. You work a job. He did well. He stopped himself, right? Because he didn't want to ask the question, because he knew asking the question would lead on to some. It would sound a bit hatey. Like, what the fuck? What? Like, immediately, he's like, hold on. You signed a 1-year lease for industrial. Huh? That doesn't make sense. But he stopped himself because he didn't want to sound. You know? You're a big illusionary commissioner. Appreciate
Got
it.
my Dodge Avenger 2013 blacktop fixed after 2 years in freezing rain. Happy to not prep a Chevy Cruze. Cheers, Agostino.
Yes.
Fiverr on
Big
me.
up, big up, big up, big up, big up, big up. I love that. What is that? Got my, what's that? You got a what? A Dodge Avenger 2013 blacktop. What the fuck is that? I want to Google that. What the fuck? That sounds fucking hard. What the fuck is a Dodge Avenger? What the fuck is that? A Dodge Avenger. Was it blacktop? 2013. Oh no, 2013 blacktop. Yeah, 2013 black top. What the hell was that? Big up Illusionary Commission. Oh, good boy, good boy. Yo, that's a car that you do a fucking hit on, bro. That's a car that you do a fucking hit on. You do a fucking hit in. That's the car you do a hit in. That's a car you go pick up some fucking street workers in. You get me? That's the kind of car you go pick up some ladies of the night in. You understand? Tell your wife you're going out to get some milk and you just go get a little hanky panky while you're fucking on the way out. You get me? You know what I'm talking about. You know. Let's click the first video. Oof.
If you enjoy our content, guys, Brady here. Today at Ride Time, we would like to introduce you to our 2013 Dodge Avenger SE Blacktop, the true epitome of black on black with black alloy wheels, U-Connect, and plenty of other features. This is the second last year the Dodge Avenger ran for production. Dodge ended it in 2014, so sit back, enjoy.
Okay, let's do it. Best used car.
Hey guys, Jason here. Is the Dodge Avenger the best used car on the market? Stay tuned to this video and you'll get my opinion. Okay, so it's tax time. You get a little bit of ching in your pocket and you need a car. Is the Dodge Avenger the car for you? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about what this car offers, and we're not going to be so general as to single out this particular one, but we're going to talk a little bit about some of the common problems, but what makes them a fairly decent and reliable vehicle.
Yeah, please tell us.
So let's get into this. So what I have here on my used car lot.
God, where the fuck does this guy live? Honestly, some of the locations in America are sucking. Like look all the trees. Look how gorgeous this is, bro. Nigga just lives in the middle of nature. Where the fuck does this guy live? Look at all these trees in the back. You literally can't see through them. It's literally so dense you can't see through these trees. Just like, what the fuck is this? Is this like all his land or something? What the fuck? People in America live in the great, like, you got all this nature around you. Jesus Christ.
Right now is this 2012 Dodge Avenger. It's an SXT, middle of the road. It's got the nice 18-inch alloys.
I think it's Canadian, right? Big up Jack Tony. Okay, probably Canadian. Okay, let's see.
This one's got tinted windows, it's got the spoiler, and of course it's retail black, and it looks really, really good. Well, it's kind of dirty. It's kind of dirty at the moment because it's been sitting by the road and we've had some weather, but at the same token, one of the things that makes these cars super reliable is the 4-cylinder engine. Now, off the top of my head, I don't know what the specs are on this 2.4 liter 4-cylinder, but I'll flash them up on the screen. We've been selling these cars for a long time. We've been in business since 2008, and probably around 2012 or 13 we started selling these things. Not only does this 2.4 come in this car, it was the base engine in the Chrysler 200, the Dodge Journey, the Compass, the Patriot, as well as the Caliber. And we've never turned a wrench on the engine on one of these cars. Granted, we've done a power steering line here or there, we've done an alternator here or there, but that's just regular stuff on cars as they age. This 2.4, you'll likely never have an issue with it. The transmission on these things is an automatic. I don't know how many speeds it is. I'm sure it's probably like a 4 or a 5-speed automatic transmission. But again, they didn't have too much trouble with these ones. If you get into the CVTs on the Compasses, the Patriots, and the Calibers, yeah, they had CVTs were junk. They didn't have much to be desired on those. Drivetrain on these things, you don't have to worry about them. Now, the rear suspension on these things was a common issue. They're an independent rear suspension, and they've got lots of links and bars and bushings. They fail. They fail regularly. And I can almost guarantee, again, and one more thing that I will guarantee, is that if you own one of these cars, you're likely going to be doing a suspension component or two on the back. And what I would recommend is take it to an alignment shop when you go to buy it or when you go to have it checked over. If they tell you it needs 1 or 2 parts in the back, replace them all. lateral links, control arm bushings forward, and the toe links. There's 6 pieces that you should be replacing on this car all together before you go get this thing lined up, before you buy it. And if you go to Rock Auto, they're not terribly expensive. You can probably do the entire suspension on these things for less than a couple $100. If you're not mechanically inclined, well, you gotta do it yourself. So you're gonna get dirty, or you're gonna pay someone to do it. So keep that in mind. At $75 an hour is what we charge here at our shop. You're probably gonna be looking at somewhere in the vicinity of 3-ish hours to replace that entire rear suspension, as long as everything goes good. And as the older they are, the rustier they are, the less apt they are to go good. Because you got rust to deal with. We live in New Brunswick, Canada. We have rust. And speaking of rust,
he just said he's Canadian there.
Again, depending on your climate, rocker panels are...
It's a nice car though, isn't it? That side profile is fucking hard. I prefer it with the black rims personally, but that's a nice looking car, side profile. Tinted out, with the tinted out windows, this car looks fucking deadly though. Big up Illusionary Commission. This looks fucking scary with the tinted out windows. It looks like a scary whip, I'm not gonna lie. Like fully tinted, it looks fucking scary. Fully tinted all black, like we saw in the fucking images. This car looks fucking scary. Like, look at this shit, man. This car coming by you when you're walking down the street, like, that's scary. I'm not gonna look at that. That's the kind of car where you go, you run down an alleyway, you know what I mean? Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. Let's continue. So the new podcast studio, let's find out what they're saying. Let's go to the beginning again.
Are you getting a new studio?
Brennan said, hey, let's look for this.
Oh shit, ooh. Chin's face looking kind of round, isn't it? Chin's face looking kind of round. He's maybe depressed. Look at his hair as well. Has he just come out of the shower? Fucking hell, man. He's got like... No offense to the guy, right? No offense to the guy. But he's got the most like... He's got the most divorced dad background you've ever seen, innit? Those chairs on that kitchen island have never been used. The drill just there out, not put back anywhere. Like, oof. There's not a lot of people that come back to that house, innit? Chin's the only one in that place. Jesus Christ, Chin. Jesus Christ, brother. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is, and you can't blame him. You have to make the best of the situation we have given, innit?
A new studio because the lease is up. So I started looking online,
Has
and then
it been
I
a
asked
year already. That's crazy.
That is
June,
what?
I think June or May.
Yeah. So it's around like
there's
April.
no.
What?
I don't need to say that here.
Okay.
You just don't sign a 1-year lease for an industrial building. You just
That's what, dude. By the way, I don't. Who knows what they signed? I don't know.
Yeah, that's very.
Who knows what? Why doesn't Chin know what they signed as the producer of the show? Why is Chin looking for places but he doesn't know what they signed? So Brendan asked for Chin's help to look for the second location. I'm assuming Chin's involved in, because he's the producer, right? He's involved in something when it comes to the studios. He should be, right? You should be advising Chin, really and truly. It should be a joint. In an ideal world, it should be all three. It should be Brian, Brendan, and Chin looking at the places. But we know Brian's useless, right? Brian's like the most minimum effort, bare minimum, afraid of fucking work guy there is. If people think Brendan's lazy, which I don't think he is, but if you think Brendan's lazy, Brian's like, the next level boss, the final boss of laziness. So it's unlikely that he's ever gonna fucking do that. But I don't know, I just in this particular scenario, I just find it very, 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 very strange how Chin doesn't know what deal they signed. I find that very strange. I find that very, very strange.
Uncommon to do a 1-year lease.
Yeah.
I was kind of confused by that, but that's not hating. Even
Yeah,
here,
but I don't know.
we did 2 here, but we had to like push for 2. Like normally it's 3 or 5.
Yeah.
On commercial spaces.
So here's the thing. I don't know the details, but I do know this. I've been complaining. Brian's been complaining. We've all, other than, Brendan's the one. I think Brendan's the one that found the studio, but we all hate it. It's not a fucking studio. It's a piece of shit.
The lease is up. Brian hates it. Chin hates it. But Brendan's one that found it. In a way, I kind of get it. If Brendan's the only one that was making an effort to go look for places, because let's be real. In this scenario, let's be a little bit fair here. Chin didn't really seem like he wanted to go to Austin anyway. If you remember, right? If you remember when we were watching the earlier streams, it didn't seem like Chin was all the way committed to go. Again, I don't know any details. I don't know these people. I'm really, really parasocial. I have no inside information. I'm just going by what I'm seeing and reading online. I'm trying to read between the lines. But I got the impression that Chin wasn't too enthusiastic about moving to Austin. But he also was maybe conscious of the fact that he's nearly 50, doesn't really have much experience outside of TFATK. He's been there for a while. He's comfortable. He doesn't want to probably, look for another job anyway, right? So he's like, okay, if I have to go, I'll go. But if I can find something in LA that'll keep me here, I'll stay here. So I think he was actively looking and applying for places or things. But considering how much he's, like, if you consider how long he's worked at TFATK, he's probably got into the habit of working that type of workflow or out whatever work he has. So for him to go back to do a conventional producing job in like a broadcast, a TV station, a media company, that will be a lot. You know what I mean? It'll be a big change. He probably won't be able to handle it. 9 to 5, working on shows that he doesn't give a shit about, not being able to come in and go in when he likes, not being able to drink on his desk. He's not going to handle it. So I think he just went because he doesn't have any other options. So if you're Brendan, you're probably not going to be too receptive to Brian and Chin complaining about the studio when they didn't really want to get involved in the search, because in Chin's case, he didn't really want to go to Austin. I don't think so. And I got the feeling Brian early on was trying to like run away from TFATK. It kind of felt like he was, you know what I mean? He kind of felt like he was not really wanting to be there. He was missing a ton of shows, you know what I mean? He was kind of feeling like it was a bit dead and kind of going through the motion. So I kind of get why Brendan was a little bit hard-headed about it and ignoring everyone when they were complaining about it. I kind of get why.
Shit,
the current one, correct?
Yeah, the current one. Dude, Casey's been there. There's like, it's not meant for recording audio or filming.
But
it's for like,
so
it's a storage
I did see a clip of you guys talking about.
Mark's a homeless cat.
I'm a homeless cat. I saw a clip of you guys talking about potential spaces. It's from The Fighter and the Kid. I'm not
living
a homeless cat.
Spaces.
Of you, what you guys are looking for or whatever. But
you got fired, didn't it? You can tell you got fired. He doesn't care. He's just admitting he checks The Fighter and the Kid Reddit. You can tell he doesn't give a fuck because he's not. I think he got fired, right? He's one that got let go. I'm pretty sure he's one that got let go. He's not working with them anymore. Or for the thick boy, empire thing. He's doing his own thing. But you can tell. He's just letting it fly.
But it sounds like you found one that was big or something. Like, wouldn't not necessarily be the right move?
So basically, it's a huge ass spot, like way bigger than we would ever need. But that would house how many cars that he wants. But there's no parking issues or anything else. It's just like an older facility, but there are like 3 or 4 different rooms in that facility, and it's a fixer-upper. And to me, that's fine because it's a fixer-upper because we're going to build a set regardless. So it's going to have
so
to
everything
be fixed
on
up.
camera will look nice because that's part of the set. Everything off camera. All right, if you don't have the cleanest, fucking newest fixtures for the bathroom or whatever, it's like, all right, we can get by, but we want on camera to look good, right?
It's on theme with the whole Texas thing too. It's just like like a barn kind of crazy thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Fair enough. I have sympathy or empathy or understanding for Brendan not wanting to like budge on the, not wanting to kind of play into the, it's not a good place. And brother, you guys weren't looking, you know what I mean? I was out here looking, trying to find things. But you're quick to say what you don't like, but you're not quick to show me what you do like, type of thing. I get it. But I do find it weird how Chin's not involved. in the contracts and shit. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just find it's odd. It's an odd thing to omit him from, or at least just let him know. You know. Yeah. By the way, this is the lease. It's this, that. It's this. I mean, I do find that strange that he's not involved. I find that very odd, very peculiar, very, very, very peculiar. But hey, what do I know? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Papa's not gooning on his own.
I hate everything I do.
Papa's gooning on his own content. Oh my, yeah, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. Oh no, what's this? Back to Cali. What's this? Back to Cali.
As the saying goes, go big.
Who's this? Bridget. We said Bridget Tranny. Fucking hell. I thought her name was Bridget Tranny. Oh my god. I honestly thought that said Bridget Tranny. It's Bridget Ramy. Oh my god. Okay, big up Bridget Ramy. Let's find out who Bridget Ramy is. Bridget, right? Oh, not Bridget. I said Bridget. Bridget. It's Bridget, not Bridget. Bridget Ramy. Let's find out who Bridget Ramy is. Who's Bridget Ramy? Bridget Ramy is Austin's top Lake Austin's person, right? Let's see. What I want to see that video in full. Show me that video in full, please. Wow. Where is it? Yeah, this is the one, isn't it? Holy shit, Papa leaving. Papa, the first comment, Papa leaving, you know, it's hilarious. The first comment, Papa leaving. Bliss at Rough Hollow is the kind of home that feels right, effortless, open, and beautifully finished at every turn. Set on nearly an acre of direct access to Lake Travis, this custom residence was designed for both everyday living and exceptional entertaining. Honestly, why off 5,651 square feet, 0.83 acres, offered at 3.195 million. Okay, I don't know. I'm so confused why he's selling this, but I'm still confused. Actually, no, I could do, because I want to be weird. I want to actually watch this properly, so I'm a download this. Spare me a second here, people. Let me just quickly download this. Big up everybody tuning in. Smash the like, hit subscribe, don't be lame. Smash the like, hit subscribe, don't be lame if you don't mind. I'm gonna quickly just get this loaded. Apologies if you're here and you can hear me, but if you can see me and clearly you know what to do. Bear with me a second here if you don't mind. Let me quickly download this. Let me quickly download this. Let me quickly download this. Boom, boom, boom. Let me get this done. Bear with me a second here. Everyone. Cool. I think it should be working now. Bear with me. Okay, cool. Let's see if that works. Is it downloaded? Have you downloaded, you fucking cunts? Has it downloaded yet? Yep, there you go. Boom, downloaded. Are you downloaded? Come on, don't be lame. Don't be lame. Don't do this to me. Cool, it's downloaded. Cool, let's get this. Right, I want to see it in full HD. Because I'm curious to know why this guy is selling this crib. It's a good video though, to be fair. It looks very well done. And she got the drone out as well. This lady got the fucking drone out. She got the fucking drone out. Sir Brendan's crib. Let me get up 1 sec. We'll see in a second. Apologies. Come on, load. Oh, it's only 40 seconds long anyway. I wasted all that time for nothing, to be fair, but hey, let's just play anyway. Boom, there it is. You can see it. Ugh.
As the saying goes, go big or go home. Well, why not have both? Sitting on just under an acre with over 5,600 square feet, 5 spacious bedrooms, and soaring ceilings, you have plenty of room to live, entertain, and grow into your dream lifestyle. And out here is where you'll spend your weekend. rough, hollow lifestyle takes it to the next level. This is the bliss at Rough Hollow. Call me for details.
Yo, it's a fucking beautiful crib in it. Like, like, is it weird to say? Does he have any business living in a place like that? Like, considering his output, content-wise, it's fucking gorgeous, man. It's so big. It is so like that's like a dream. Like, I don't know. That's like a dream house for some people. Surprised he's not doing everything in his power to stay there. You know, that's like a dream crib. That crib is fucking wow. Wow, wow, wow.
As the saying goes, go big or go home. Well,
like even when she's standing there, like just everything about it, bro. Look at this. Look how big that living room is, with the dining room, open plan. Look all the high ceilings, the beams. Look at it. It's beautiful, bro. Maybe the cul-de-sac isn't the. I know the area they live in is a bit weird, but it's, you know, standard American shit. But look at that. Look at that garden, bro. Look at that backyard. Look at that backyard, bro. Look at all that space. So fucking cool. So spacious, like literally. Like, wow. It's actually, weirdly enough, has more room in the front than the back, but still, look at all this space in the front. That's all yours. So I don't know, fuck around in. Chill out, sit. Look at the lakes. Look at that lake in the background. Look at the sea. Look at the lake. Look at it. Oh my god, man. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. All the rooms are huge as well. Every single room is massive. We don't see Brendan's room, in it, his wardrobe. We see Slow Joe's, but do we see Brendan's wardrobe? I don't think we see his wardrobe, do we? I wonder if that's on purpose. Do they omit Brendan's wardrobe? I wonder if that's on purpose. Oh, it's got one that's it's got those. Oh, it's got that tab in it. It's got that cool Instagram tab. Have you seen that tab on Instagram where they've got the top thing that kind of? It's got a little snake thing. They got the top. It says little snake, so you can kind of do other things. So if you're on a fixed tab, you can use. Then you got the other one that can kind of, you know, that's quite cool. Look at that. I guess maybe that's the room that Brendan watches all these things on. The office that never gets used. Brendan's posters battle on the walls, hilarious. The bathroom probably never gets used as well, I'd imagine. I don't think Brendan's a bath type of person. Swimming pool in the back. God damn, man. That is great. I'm surprised a year in. Or maybe, you know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking? Hear me out here. You know what I'm thinking happened? This may be another reason why maybe they're selling this house. Imagine, right? This doesn't make any sense. Imagine, right? I don't think this makes any sense, but just imagine. Hear me out a second. I know house leases are usually a year, but imagine a scenario where Brendan somehow managed to, because he's a bit of a slimy, sneaky, resourceful guy when it comes to sponsors and the brands. Imagine if Brendan worked out some sort of deal with a realtor where he got to like stay there. Because of his profile, he got to make videos and do all the content with his wife and shit. He was moving to Austin, Texas as a big move. And he kind of got to act like a weird, it's almost like he's advertising the property by living there. If that makes sense, for a year. Could that be possible? So maybe he never was, maybe he never actually paid for it or something. Is that even possible? Like it was all some influencer marketing thing. Because it really strange to move your family from LA to another place, live in that place for a year and then move again. Like your family. I know it probably won't affect the kids because they're still going to be going to the same school. But it's going to affect their friends in the area, isn't it? It's going to be pretty shitty for Tiger and Boston who have made maybe friends in an area. The girl just started walking. Maybe she's made some friends in the area. It's going to be a bit shitty for them to suddenly go to another area and make new friends. Like moving in moving 2 places in less than 2 years. In less than 5 years, sorry, is a bit excessive, But maybe I'm wrong. But it's a beautiful crib though. Beautiful, beautiful crib. Beautiful fucking crib. But so no more. I'm curious to see what the second crib looks like. I think we'll get a really accurate judge on where Brendan's finances sit. We'll get a really accurate kind of reflection of where Brendan's finances sit and how badly TFATK has been doing if the second property they move into in Austin isn't as big as this. If the second property in Austin isn't as lavish looking as this, if it's just like modest, you're going to have a really good reflection of like where they're at, you know, financially wise. You know? Or you know what, maybe as well, another theory. Didn't Brendan say his wife started doing his finances recently? He went from having a person doing his books to now doing it all in house. So maybe Joanna looked at the books and was like, babe, we can't afford this. Because women can be kind of rational and logical in those type places. Because maybe Brendan wanted to give her this big house and make them, you know, look a certain way, but they're living above their means. So maybe Sojo was actually the one that took sense to him, like, babe, we can't live here. Like, this is not, if we stay here for another year, we're going to be broke. Look at the bills, because the fucking taxes they have to pay on that crib is not like, well, I think I saw it last time, right? It was at 63,000, 65,000 a year on taxes alone. On taxes alone for that fucking house. So maybe there was some actual good financial planning in that Schaub household, and Sojo was like, look, we have to sell it. We can't live here. This is just too expensive. You never know. You never know. I want to know what are the comments saying? What are the comments saying here? Papa, wow, the bliss, the name, excellent showcase and excellent property, well done. The kitchen, wow, wonder how many chigs got fucked. Wonder how many chigs got fucked. That is hilarious. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's the small jokes for me. It's the small jokes for me. It really is. Wait, what are the comments saying on here? 229. Jesus Christ. What are the comments saying on here? To buy then to sell this quick doesn't make sense at all. Something off is here. I think he's downsizing as a reflection of the state of his cash flow. If we were moving somewhere cooler on a lake, nicer house, he'd be bragging about it on the podcast. Once one of the minions tells him this sub is aware that his house is on sale, he'll come up with some excuses. I recall before LA House went to sale, there was a chip on him talking about how he desires a smaller house because having a family on top of each other is a dream for him. Neighborhood DA got recalled is hilarious. Neighborhood DA. Yeah, just bought a house and all the fees you have to pay, such as lawyers, lead registry stamp, all add up. That's just when buying. Now he's selling, he needs to pay these estate agent commissions. It would make absolutely no sense for someone to buy and sell fast. He's losing a ton of money unless Brendan is pulling something shady. Also, just judging by estate agent and stamp duty, I can tell you that you're from the UK. I was raised in the States but moved in London. It's truly amazing how many Brits hate this clown. I respect Rule Britannia. The money ain't what it used to be, and he overestimated what being closer to Rogan would gain him. I don't really buy the Rogan narrative. I'm not gonna lie. I don't buy the Rogan. I don't buy he went to be closer to Rogan. I just feel like financially they couldn't afford to live in LA, and then maybe it was handy that Rogan lived. But I don't necessarily think Rogan being closer to Rogan played into his mind. I don't think so. I just think he just couldn't afford living in LA. The moment he started moaning about Tiger's school fees, I knew it. He started moaning about whether that school is that all the famous kids go to. Tiger used to go to that in LA. Again, they just live above their means, isn't it? That's the problem. Brendan makes enough money on that podcast to live in a really nice house, but not that kind of house. You know, that's the thing. It's like nothing he does makes sense. Like, it's just too much. The Ferrari, this, like, you don't need a Ferrari. You're fucking Brendan Schaub. No one believes that you should have a Ferrari. Like, no one. Like, you shouldn't have that. Why you got a Ferrari? Like, he doesn't, like, this house that wouldn't even made any sense if he was the peak of TFATK times. I don't think this house makes sense even at the peak of TFATK times. It's just too much. You're not going to be able to, like, you're not that talented or entertaining or whatever or likable to be able to sustain the payments of this. It's just not gonna. But could he get a modest house that would be just as many, but just not as fucking fancy looking? Yeah, probably, easily. This is just too much. The Ferrari's too much. Like, the Porsche's too much. It's just too much. You probably could have kept that GTRS, you know. That GTRS that you had, you could have probably kept that. You would have been fine. But this is just too much, bro. And that's a problem. When you start faking stuff and you have to downsize, you don't want to tell anybody. So he's probably not going to mention this. I don't think so anyway. He's probably not going to mention it. He's going to feel like it's a failure. The fact that you lived here anyway is still amazing. But he's going to feel like the trolls have won, or whatever nonsense he's going to feel. It's like, you shouldn't have been living here in the first place. That's the truth. You shouldn't have been living here in the first place. But hey, what do I know? How easy is it to get an agriculture exemption for property taxes? How the fuck did Brendan even afford this place to begin with? Exactly. I was thinking exactly the same thing. Exactly. Oh, that's your narrative. I'm a beast when it comes to real estate. But yeah, do your research. He sold his LA house for $5 million and bought this little over free. He even tried bragging on the podcast that he bought it with no mortgage. Maybe he closed it with no mortgage, but he levered the shit out of his funds, his lifestyle, and now he has to pay the piper. Even if you did sell it for 5, even if you did sell your LA house for 5, you're probably not gonna. Anyway, let's say he got 2 million profit after selling his house and buying the Texas one. After a year of, like, you know, redecorating, new furniture and shit, you're probably not gonna have much left of that 2 million anyway. Then you have to start paying the 60,000 a year. You know what I mean? That's a lot. So yeah, it probably all added up. It's probably all added up. Probably plus the travelable, the trucks, you know. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That's a really good point there. He had a few windfalls before it moved to Texas. Idiot really likely burned through it. Oh yeah, true. He did have a few windfalls, didn't he? He had the money that come in from fucking what's that thing? Podcast One, right? He had a settlement money for Podcast One. Maybe there was a big deal with what's that thing called, that nicotine company he collaborates with, that probably paid him pretty well, and something else, I forgot something else. But yeah, that's true. He did have quite a few like big bursts of money, you know, like big payments paid in. He mentioned previously, didn't he have some sort of, oh, he had a UFC settlement too that came in. So yeah, probably all that stuff is what led them there. But then when that money stops coming in, that extra, now you have to rely on the main to kind of keep that lifestyle. It becomes an issue. So yeah, maybe the Reddit is right actually. Something is off. He's also moving out of the storage unit into a broken down warehouse. Especially after he claims that his own community, we have a neighborhood. Yeah, true. Yeah, who knows? Brendan's full of mysteries. Brendan is full of mysteries, like we all are. Brendan's full of mysteries. Bubba not gooning to his own content.
I hate everything I do.
People once his shirt came up, he's been waiting for this moment his entire life.
I don't think I've seen a single. People let me know. I've watched a lot of comedy podcasts over my life, over the course of my life. So regrettably so, I've watched a lot of stand-up comedy podcasts across my life, over my life, and I don't think I've seen, number one, a comedian be happy that someone else is pulling up their clips on social. I'm not gonna lie. Most comedians get very awkward and very cringed out and very embarrassed and very shy when somebody pulls up their Instagram or starts talking about their whatever. No, they don't want that. Brendan's the only guy I remember seeing who actually loved to see his face on the screen. Like, he loved it. When, yeah, pull up my thing. And you sit there, not awkwardly looking down or being shy or being a bit more. No, look at his face. I remember one video, there's one video where he's looking at himself doing stand-up and he starts mouthing what he's saying. He starts like mouthing it. You can't help it, like. Starts laughing at his own punchlines. I'm like, yo, this guy is a wild boy.
Go time, babe.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should hate everything.
Special.
Everyone should hate everything.
I hate the set I'm going to do tonight down here in Denver. I'm in Boston next week, next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Boston, Lab Boston. I don't like any. I hate hearing myself. I hate. She marrying you for your merch money? Think about it. That new. I hate everything I do. That official bride cal merch. I mean, dude.
On your fucking wedding day,
Dave's wedding.
There's not one thing that you're like, yeah, I'm stoked about that.
Just my son.
Underwood elope, Pez. Underwood elope. I love how he says just my son, not my sons. At that point, Boston was born too, but he said son. And don't be shocked. Don't think it's lost on me that Brendan's only started to mention Boston now because he seems to be a bit of a phenom in tag football. Boston seems to be like phenom, right? He's got like pace on him. He literally got some speed. I saw the video Soja posted. He looks really fast. It's not lost on me that Brendan's only started to mention Boston now because Boston seems like he can play a sport quite well. You know? It's really funny because there was a time where he only referred to having he referred to a son in singular, right? Singular. He said son. I'm proud of my son, not my sons. I find that very interesting. But yeah, Brendan laughing at himself is fucking hilarious, man. Loving his own joke. But yeah, look at those tattoos. Look at those tattoos on the screen. If you're a dad watching this, hearing the sound of my voice, would you get a tattoo? Even if it was something that is an inside joke that you and your kids did in private, whatever. Would this make sense to you to get a tattoo of your kids as decomposing zombies with some of their brain? Like, huh? Hey, like, what? Blind in one eye? Like, I don't understand this. I don't understand what tribute this is. I just don't get it. Like, you might as well draw a picture of them in a fucking hearse or something, you know? In a coffin, sorry. Like, huh? What is this? What type of symbolism is this? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm too black. Maybe I'm too black. Maybe I'm too Christian. Maybe I'm too fucking scaredy cat for this, man. Like, what? You got tattoos of your kids as zombies on you? Huh. Interesting. Interesting. But hey, we'll have to raise our kids. We're gonna raise our kids on it. Let's see. Is this the 8th kid? What?
Don't do bros.
It. Oh yeah, we got it already. Reheated dish. The camp is here. 0 credit. Okay, we'll not play this one. Water. Cool. Okay, I assume at Disneyland. Fair play with his kid. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Oh, you'd be surprised opening. It's actually interesting, isn't it? It's actually interesting, man. There was a time where this guy got like big budget productions behind him. I don't think anyone, weird thing to say, I don't think anyone really deserves anything in life, right? You know, there's people out there busting their ass, you know, not getting what they think they deserve. But I do believe in like making the best of your opportunity given to you, right? I don't think you should go around the world looking to be given things that you're entitled to. I don't think you should be that entitled to anything. But I do believe in the idea of like sometimes you luck out. You luck out and you just get opportunities that you're probably not even ready for, and you just, fuck it, I'm gonna show out. I'm gonna fucking take this and I'm gonna run with it. You know what I mean? But Brendan fumbled. He had like forget the quality, forget the fucking lack of funnies in this. It's the quality. It's the actual, they hired extras for this. Like there's extras in the background they had to pay. There's lighting people. A guy with a fucking boom microphone. There's probably someone doing like cut. It's all that shit. There's a whole staff working on this, like a whole production team that's working on this at one point. Brendan had a whole production team around him. Probably a little assistant person. Somebody fucking cleaning his shoes, retying his laces. And he just fumbled. And then the next special after this was the one where he just filmed it in front of that cardboard cutout. Can you imagine that fall off? That's why it's actually impressive that he's not like he's not had a mental breakdown. Could you imagine filming a special that has this level of production involved in it? Where they hired extras and you're doing this like comedy, skit, intro, whatever you're doing, right? This like improv thing. And then you go from doing that and then you're performing in front of a cardboard cutout. And that fruit truck, let them use it and stuff, like everything. And he just fumbled it still. He still fumbled. All of those opportunities, all of those chances to really cement himself in the industry. and he's still just like time and time again. And maybe what we're seeing now with the house sale is the final culmination of it. He's run out of like chances. That's the really sad bit about this, in a way, you know. It's like, geezer, you're probably never gonna be a good stand-up comedian anyway. Let's just be real. But you could at least try to make it work, didn't it? And just try to like run with it. Like, you're friends with Rogan. You got that cosign. You got Brian to be your fucking mentor feed person, right? Mentor, you're the mentee, whatever. You're living in LA. Rogan's got a grip on the comedy, so he's literally like, that's like his club basically, right? Before the Mothership, there was the Comedy Store. That's what was Rogan's club. He books you every night that he's playing, regardless if you're good or not, because that's your friend. He's giving you a fucking nicer. You don't even try to get good. It's almost like he regressed, right? I think I've said it before. I think Gringo Pappy is actually, no, I think you'd be surprised, it's actually funny to Gringo Pappy. That's a low bar, but I actually think it is. But Jesus Christ, this guy. It's just, I don't know, he's fascinating. I just find him truly fascinating. The amount of chances he's had and the amount of fumbles is just like, for someone as well that's not the most talented or charismatic, you'd think you would be a lot more like grateful and understanding of the opportunity, because you know you don't really quote unquote deserve it, let's say, because none of us do, and you'd want to fucking run with it. This is LA. I don't think a lot of these people work for free. All of this, and that, it's just funny. It's just really funny. It's just really funny. The amount of investment that was put into him and just the lack of output, it's just funny. It's just really funny. And it's also funny because there's probably loads of comedians out there that are more funny than him that will never get this. That, I don't know. That's just, I find that reality of life really funny. You could try really hard. You could be really good. You're never going to get a Showtime. Obviously Showtime doesn't exist, but you're also never going to get your special on any platform ever. Like, they're not going to pay for it. You just have to keep putting it out on YouTube. That's the unfair thing. It's so funny. Humiliation rich, wasn't it? Like, the funny thing is, right, this version of Brendan would hate this, you know. This version of Brendan, if he saw himself doing this, like, you know how he's all like, he's in this like right wing era, right? He's in this like right wing fake MAGA era. If he saw this version of himself, he'd like go into like he'd drop a couple of F slurs. Let's be fair, you know, because when he was in comedy, he was trying to be like, I guess, for lack of a better term, zesty. His mannerisms on stage were very like, you know, just overdone. Because I guess in his head, that's what he thought funny is. Funny is just being camp, is just being zesty. The moment he started to be into trucks again, he's got the hats on, he's talking with, you know what I mean? He's talking all assertive, he's talking about fighting and beating up. If we do this to me, I'm gonna kill you, you know? My kids like blue, my girl likes pink. It's like, he's on that kind of vibe. So he'd probably hate this version of himself. He'd probably hate it.
Closer, closer, closer than I ever.
Yeah, fucking hell. That's all. Rogan doesn't get enough stick.
You have a gun?
Yo, big up, Glitzy.
We get it. I'm gay, Schaub.
Exactly. Big up, Glitzy. Rogan doesn't get enough hate for the amount of platforming he did for Brendan, innit? Rogan truly doesn't get enough hate or enough criticism or enough like just conversation around like pushing Brendan as a comedian, you know? Like because I just think back to the, you know what I think back to that's really kind of glaring with Rogan. There was a period in time where Rogan was going around saying that the people that hate on Brendan are just jealous. They just hate him because he's really handsome and he can beat them up and he can take their girlfriends or something, right? You know what's really funny about that description? At that same time that he was doing this whole like, people just don't understand, Brendan's just really nice in person. He's nice to me, so I don't know why anyone sees wrong in him. He was also booking Brendan to play his gigs. Rogan would have these Joe Rogan and Friends shows at the Comedy Store. And I remember a lot of those, if you find someone, you can still find the flyer fucking lineups online. Brendan was on that list. Brendan was on the list with like Bill Burr and them, man. Brendan was on the list with like Bill Burr, and this was like peak, all those, peak Bill Burr, and he was performing. Sometimes he'd open, don't get me wrong, he's doing the first show, but still, he was on the same lineup as those guys. He's got no business being on the lineup with some of these guys, but he was on there because Rogan's his best friend. So I think all that stuff legitimized Brendan, and allowed him to kind of get through comedy, I guess, or the industry without being too bothered or or hassled because he's a friend of Rogan's protected. And again, Rogan doesn't get enough criticism for that, for kind of like giving him the license to be a real dick to some people in comedy because he had Rogan's corner, as the famous Bobby Lee phone call goes allegedly to them. We're gonna tell Rogan. Like I think Brian's the one that got into Bobby Lee on the phone and told him, yeah, if you don't shut up, fucking Kalila, we're gonna tell Rogan. I was like, what? What do you mean you're gonna tell Rogan? I don't give a fuck, So it's like, I just find it fascinating. Like I was in, and now I don't think you could pay to get Rogan to say something positive about Brendan's stand-up. Back then he was on here talking about the great and the powerful. I don't think you could pay to get some Rogan to say something good about Brendan's stand-up. I don't think he said one good thing about it, actually. I think even when he sat down with him after this, he was like, yeah, you did a show. You at least tried. I don't think he's been congratulatory about Brendan's ability to make people laugh on stage. I think he said in general that Brendan's funny. He finds it like, but I never really think I've heard of him talking about Brendan comedy chops, Anyway, I just find, I don't know. I'm not gonna stop waffling now. How he spent so much. Again, my law knowledge is too much. My law knowledge is too much and extremely irrelevant. And there's not a high ROI, according to Clavicular, right? There's not a high ROI for me knowing what I know. But I do remember couple weeks before he was about to film his special, he was talking on TFATK about, oh man, I've been, how much, talking to Brian, how I'm balls deep in, that was the whole balls deep age, right? Everything was balls deep. How I'm balls deep in fucking fashion. It's taking me so long to pick out an outfit. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. It's taking me so long. I had to go through so many different looks, so many different styles. And then when he comes out, he's just wearing like a shiny bomber jacket, a black shirt, black jeans, and some fucking Jordans. That was a look that allegedly took him mad long. How am I gonna do it? I don't know how. Okay, but I don't know, man. You have to give him credit, man. The fact that he hasn't crashed out about this is so funny. I don't think I'll be the same again. If I did a show like this and then I had to perform in front of a cardboard cutout for less than 500 people, I'm not doing well. I'm not going to do well mentally. If I was performing in a fucking theater with Showtime, Rogan introducing me, improv SNL comedy skit thing to promote the show, I think he had it doesn't exist anymore because I think Showtime went to delete it and save him any misery. But there was this special show that Brendan did that aired on Showtime. I think it was an old one. I don't think they still have the episodes. It was about him doing these day in the life things, if you remember. I think they had some sort of deal where they did some sort of like I don't know, before the fight, whatever sort of coverage where every day was a different thing. And I think that was one of the ones where you got him a little bit more, whatever. But yeah, you'd be surprised. Oh shit, he did the Elon before Elon. He did the fucking, what's it called? The Roman salute. We got the Roman salute. A lot of makeup on there too, by the way. A lot of makeup on there. There's a lot of makeup on that face. He really thought he was gonna make it. I'm sorry. I know that sounds fucking wild, but he's looking down like, shit, I can't believe I finally did it. And he never did it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Cool. Let's move on. Chin Cooking Chronicles cooking. Sorry, Chin Cooking Chronicles. Oysters that have been marinating at room temperature in the car for 24 hours.
These oysters are shot. It's been sitting. These oysters have been sitting in Erik's car for about a day without real ice, right? Was there ice or no?
It's like ice.
It's like ice. Okay, so he has something that was like ice in there. All right, let's give it a shot. There's that.
There you go.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, I'm gonna add some truff sauce on this because we don't have anything. Oh shit, that's too much.
A lot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna scrape off some of it. But there you go. Here you go.
Is it cooked?
So good. Yeah.
I love how his friend says, "Is it good?" and never tries it. I'm not gonna lie. I love how his friend says, "Is it good?" but never actually tries it. I think that's brilliant. Is it good? Oh yeah, cool. Well done, man. Congratulations. You on some? No, I'm just checking my phone right now. I'll have some later. Is it good? You know, it never says, "Can I have some?" He just says, "Is it good?" Oh, I love it. What's this? No, really? Is that no? That's not true. Is that true? Did they post a? Did she post a picture like that? Oh, a clip of them. Who's recording them like that? Where's that? Where's that clip? Oh, I don't want to even post any of this stuff, man. What's this? Okay, I don't care. What? Still obsessed with this. Still obsessed with this session. Everything about it. A Cali girl now living her best life in Texas. We laugh. We explore. We has to offer, and we capture the pure magic. Dumpy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. That's it. I'm just gonna say I don't know. That's it. I just don't know. 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 I really don't know. So yeah, congrats to them. Congrats to them. Congrats to them. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Cool. Let's move on. We did all that. Should we do Wes Watson? It's just a bit of Andrew Tate, Wes Watson. Let's go here. Big up Bubba, big up Bubba, big up Bubba. Andrew Tate has completely lost his mind on a nightmare Clavicular stream. Let's check this out.
Last time on the Alpha Male Universe.
No.
Is that not why you're here for damage control?
No.
There's no other reason you'd agree to do this.
No. Steiny, you and I are old friends. If you think I'm here for damage control, I'm going to walk out here right now.
No, I know you're not here for that. I know.
I have no damage control to try and partake in. Firstly, because that's not how I operate. And I'm winning, and I'm on yachts and private jets and driving fast cars and going to LA, going to Vegas, going to Miami, living in Dubai, $50 million penthouse. There's a lot of not envy, but there's certainly some people who sit there who have watched my journey from the beginning. They're in the same shit apartment. They still have no money, and they're angry.
Yes, of course.
Oh my God, who the hell cares? Welcome to the Alpha Male Universe. Now let's get a Bubba Army in the chat because this AMU episode is coming in hot. Now, Clavicular managed to get his charges dropped by the state of Arizona, so he returned to the playground of all grifters, which is the city of Miami. And not only that, he decided to hit up probably the most hated alpha male on the planet, which is Andrew Tate, to do a duo stream together. Now, there was a crash out in this stream by guess who? Andrew Tate. Tate, and it was over a quote-unquote toothpick woman. His words, not mine. And it is truly wild to see guys who claim to be alpha truly lose their minds. So this video is gonna have it all, and let's get this show on the road.
Those girls were shit talking on the internet after you left. So
silly sluts were being silly sluts.
I know, man.
That is revolutionary. I never would have assumed that silly little hoes would have done silly little hoe shit.
Why just?
I'm not gonna lie. When I watched, I watched a lot of Clavicular streams. When I watched this stream, it was weird. I was like, "Raw, man, he's really begging in it a little bit." I kind of got the feeling it's a bit like I've not really. Maybe I'm not seeing a lot of like Andrew Tate's longer form videos where he's like around people. I've seen the little clips of him like shouting into the cameras about I'm rich, you're poor, right? I've seen those clips, right? But I've not really seen him like hanging out with somebody in the IRL stream. And when I was watching the stream, there was although Clavicular was trying to like, I felt like Clavicular was kind of noticing that Andrew Tate was being quite, needy, clingy, whatever the word was, and he was trying to like act like the younger, act like the not the more popular one at the moment, trying to kind of like But Andrew Tate was still trying a little bit too hard. I kind of got that feeling. I was like, "Wow, I didn't know," but I guess that maybe that fight against Chase DeMore really kind of like shattered him, shook him a bit. He's not the same. I don't think he's the same person. I'm not gonna lie. Something's changed about Andrew Tate. He doesn't have the same sort of like bravado and like confidence, even if it was fake. The kind of attitude, something's changed about him, because he seemed very beggy, very submissive, very kind of like trying to please and entertain. That seems odd. It was odd. It was very odd. It was a very odd stream. If you watched it, you know what I mean.
Told her, I was like, yeah.
What did they say? What did they do?
Well,
I don't know what I don't know who they are.
That's what I said.
You just pressed the fuck out of it. What did you say?
I was like, so I bring you along on this collab, and Andrew's gracious enough to take photos with you.
I was nice to her. She was skinny as fuck. I didn't even tell her she was skinny as fuck. Fucking toothpick. I didn't even wreck her.
She looked like
I didn't even want to blow her up on the internet and make it clear that she weighs too little.
She was about one skin shade away from doing blackface with that fake tan too. I don't know what the fuck she was doing. So I call her and I'm like, I bring you along, and you post shit talking on social media the moment that we leave. So it's just like, it's no manner.
Very disrespectful. That's why she has no tits, no ass, and no respect. So
and that's why no one's gonna collab with her again.
I tried to be gracious. I didn't let her win. I said let's shake on it.
I have no idea who's this toothpick woman that Andrew Tate and Clavicular are complaining about, and this is really not an instance of being like, I'm going to be a knight and defend her, because truthfully I don't know who she is, and if she was trying to do a collaboration with these two lames, then I'm pretty sure she doesn't have any morals, so fuck that lady too. However, what is hilarious is that these guys are crashing out over her, and at first it's gonna be like, oh, this is not really that big of a meltdown. Okay, maybe they're upset about some lady that did them dirty, talked some shit online. Everyone talks shit, so it's not really that shocking of a thing to do. But no, this is the groundwork, this is the foundation for a legendary Andrew Tate crash out, because this shit is gonna get humiliating.
Gracious. I didn't let her win. I said let's shake on it. I tried to be a nice guy. At the end she goes, give me a photo. I said, no. You asked me for a photo. Run the stream back. Please, can I have a photo? Please, please. Then she goes to talk shit.
And that's the thing. That's how you never get invited back to a room like that again in your career. So
no ass, no tits, no respect. Send that viral. Tell her as often as you can. Let's run it. Guys, send me the address, and I'm going to send it to them. All right, follow us, yeah?
All right, hell yeah. Crazy.
Silly little hoes do silly little hoe shit, bro.
She said, I deleted it because I really don't care. I thought you alpha men could take a joke. It's like, you were just being a fucking, pretentious bitch.
Of course she was.
Yeah, it's not about taking a joke.
I'm going to send you an address, and you can send it to the drivers. Start driving, guys. I'm just waiting for the address. 1 second.
Okay. Absolutely.
When Clavicular's like, that's how you never get invited to some of our kickbacks. Like, okay, like, wow, what a loss. What a loss.
I have to admit, that was funny. That was funny. But to be fair, the kind of girls that Clavicular's talking about, they do look at their kickbacks as like a big deal. To be fair, the kind of girls that, and the kind of guys that Clavicular attracts, or that are fans of his, they do look at those kickbacks, or they go back to his Miami penthouse as like the pinnacle, Oh my God. That's like a big deal. So yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if they think that.
I don't really want to hang out with Sneeko, Andrew Tate, and Clavicular, so whatever, okay? And then another thing that I wanted to point out is that why are these guys like talking, but they're also on their phones? Like their souls are like stuck on their phones. It's just the weirdest like thing ever. I think it's like a streaming thing or something, but it's like, if you're gonna talk, then get off your fucking phone. It's just something that infuriates me. I don't know, maybe just a pet peeve of mine. Maybe.
Yeah, he's doing a bit too much. This is a stream, isn't it? And he's looking at his chat, to be fair. For the most part, Clavicular's got his chat in his phone. I don't know what Andrew Tate's doing with his. Probably just a nervous thing, but I think it's just a chat thing. I don't think that's not that deep, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Who knows, right? But, okay. We've established that there is this toothpick woman that has really bothered these guys. I want you to keep it in the back of your mind because it's going to come to fruition even more later on the stream. So let's check out the rest of it.
I'm going to apologize to everyone at home. I lied. There's one thing left that's fun.
Okay, I'm excited for this.
Mogging.
Mogging, yes.
Mogging is fun.
Mogging is fun.
You know, like, I'm not a looks maxer. What I am is a money maxer. So what I do is I financially mog.
Financially mog is the biggest.
So much cringe. So much cringe. So much cringe. So much cringe.
Cope I have ever seen in my life. I swear to God that Andrew Tate, he just keeps getting worse and worse. He has become a literal lolcow featured here in the alpha male universe. And financially mogging is just cope for him not having a chin. Now, a lot of people will comment on a Princess Azule video, an Andrew Tate video, and it'll usually go along these lines saying, for someone who projects extreme masculinity and alpha-ness, how can he do so when he is a chinless bitch? And I think it's 100% true. If you look at a guy and he is acting macho as hell and he has no chin, instinctively we're gonna be like, man, I don't want to listen to you. Now, I could maybe spend an hour talking about why that's the case, but basically, no chin equals bitch. That's all you need to know. If you walk away from one of my videos, just remember that, all right? So let's continue on.
What I do is I financially mog. I go to the club, I pull up in a Pagani, everyone films it, everyone's girlfriend looks at me, I walk in because I'm so rich, or the Bugatti, or the Koenigsegg, whatever. I'm a financial mogger.
I can't even spell that.
Well, what I've been thinking about is all the different kinds of mogging. Because you've got looks maxing mogging and then frame mogging. Yeah, obviously, yeah. I mean, soon I'm going to have to get on a private jet and fly to Arizona and deal with the ASU frat leader.
Yeah.
Because we can't have this.
We can't have this shit.
So I'm going to have to go do something about this. So
I know.
But financial mogging is something that, you know, not many people can beat me at.
Yeah, that is true.
So what I'm thinking is we need to get you in on the financial mogging.
I'm trying, yeah, I'm trying. So what do we got to do?
I've got an idea.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for this address. Here we go. 1 second. Here's the address.
Whenever someone tries to make a claim that he is such a great person because he has...
Is he going to start telling him about crypto or something?
Has a bunch of money and he drives a Pagani and walks around with some BBL stink lady, some bubbly lady, that person is always the most insecure and weakest person in the room. You see, Andrew Tate is someone who knows that he lacks pretty much everything, so the only thing he falls back on is his money. Now, there's a massive issue when it comes to that because we are human beings. We are not what we own. You know, everyone is going to pass eventually, all right? And you can't take that shit to heaven. So people are going to remember you by your deeds. They're not going to remember you by your wealth. There have been people that are way more wealthier than Andrew Tate. Crazy wealth. People who've owned entire countries and so on, empires. But can you remember their name? How many people can actually remember the name of the wealthiest person that ever lived? I think he used to live in the Sahara Desert. I can't even remember his name off the top of my head. And that guy was way more wealthier, had way more power than Andrew Tate. It's basically just cope, okay? We are not what we own. We are human beings. But with Andrew Tate, he thinks that he is what he owns. He literally thinks he is a Pagani. So I don't even know. You know what? Actually, I do know. That shit's crazy. All right. So let's continue on.
You're with a bunch of women and all their boyfriends, and at the end you just like pay the bill and walk off, and you're the boss. You know, you have all this. People say to me all the time, "Oh, I hate Tate." Da-da. Everyone calls me racist. They call me homophobic. They say I'm a piece of shit. They call me all these things, but no one can call me poor. No one can call me poor.
That's way worse.
Ever. Which is way worse.
Way
you know?
worse. Yep.
And they sit and they say, oh, he's a horrible man and he's an abuse.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Is it way worse to be called poor, or is it way worse for everyone to know that you can't fight? After all that stuff about being able to fight, having all those professional kickboxing fights, and then looking the way he did against Chase Moore. And also the Chase Moore fight, what makes it more embarrassing was that Chase Moore isn't Floyd Mayweather, right? Chase Moore isn't, I know he's a big dude, fair enough, but he wasn't that impressive either. But he still beat him. He beat the shit out of him, right? Chase Moore wasn't impressive. That's what made him look worse. Chase Moore wasn't impressive, yet he completely put him away. So I don't buy this. I don't buy this idea that being poor is worse than that. I think when you've made your whole image being this like super tough guy, he does that. Remember he was doing that body punching thing with his friends in the back garden. I think all his friends were basically just faking it to make him feel good because they pay, because he probably pays their salaries and lives them and lets them live rent free in his home. But he was doing all that, you know, tough guy shit in his fucking back garden, weights and hitting the pads and doing no face punching fights with his friends in the backyard. And then you go fight somebody and then that happens in a boxing fight. I don't know. I think that's worse. I'm not gonna lie. I think looking that way and losing Chase Moore in the way that he did is probably worse than being poor, I would imagine.
But I have all these women who are in love with me and obsessed with me because I just never go broke. So it's just like everything's fine. So I've decided to upgrade your power level to help you ascend and hold up your place as #1 mega Chad. We need to make sure that you get loads of money. Imagine the ASU frat leader tried to frame mug you, but you were driving a Bugatti. You get out, he tries to frame mug you, and you get in your Bugatti and say, weights are for poor people, and drive off.
Okay.
Did you see what I mean?
That is a good point.
So we have to fix this.
Because I have such a cope reason. I'm like, I don't have time, but that actually sounds cool.
Of course it sounds cool,
yeah,
right?
That does sound
So here's how we're going to fix this problem.
Weights are for poor people. That's a first for sure in the alpha male universe. I've never heard that one before. This type of behavior of, oh, I drive a Bugatti, who are you, is very similar to an...
And yeah, I won't play the whole thing. You can watch the whole thing yourself there. Big up Bubba. 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 Huh? Big up fucking Bubba. Appreciate him. He's always a good person to follow. When it comes to Wes Watson stuff and all that malarkey, he's always a good person to follow. When it comes to Wes Watson and all that malarkey. Cool. No, let's skip away. Should we do a bit? Let's do Wes Watson. Let's just, what's that? Wes Watson crashed out over his girlfriend again and the haters. Tell us about Megan. Can't tell she's different from the others. Tell us how she's different. Cool, let's play this one.
Last time on the Alpha Male Universe.
This is probably one of those guys who is a social outcast. He's a fucking hermit. He can never even go to a club or bar without looking like the biggest fucking weirdo known to man. Workers or whatever the fuck. I find out later that they're workers. Like when you guys were like, "Oh, you're with this," I didn't fucking pay. I never found a girl and said, "I'm gonna pay this." And second part is going to clubs and bars and the nightlife in Miami is so much more beneficial than a gym. I never met anyone that was so awesome in a gym ever, not once. But at these places, when I go out, I meet a lot of amazing people. So it is what it is.
And I've got to say, in all honesty, it's the biggest piece of dog shit that I have ever heard.
Welcome to the Alpha Male Universe. Now let's get a Bubba Army in the chat because this AMU episode is coming in hot. Now Wes Watson is crashing out once again because his ex Manji decided to talk about him on her Mind Body Hold program, and he didn't like that, so he needed to show off to the world that he really is that alpha. So he is going to be complaining about how he got ran off YouTube, his haters, and so many other different topics.
It's just interesting though, isn't it? Like, again, I don't know much about these people. I watch a lot of their content through like the hater channels and shit, so maybe it's all cherry picked. But it is kind of interesting how like angry he's always looking, isn't it? I do find it interesting how angry he's always looking. Like, brother, you're meant to be rich. You're living in a mansion. You got Bugattis, chains, a girl with a BBL. Smile, innit? I don't know. Why you look so mad?
That are truly just going to be brain rot at the end of the day. So this episode's going to have it all. It's going to have the drama. It's going to have the...
Especially because guys like this, they value all that stuff, right? For them, materialist things and living a life where they can walk around looking the way they do, having people by their side, that's how they value their lives. That's what they judge a good life on, right? I'm not poor, I'm rich. I've got this car. Cool. Then why you look so angry every time you turn on your camera? Every time he's talking to his fans, he looks so upset, like so. Big up Deep Priest. This one, big up Deep Priest. Bubba is BUBBA. This channel here, Bubba, is really good. He covers all these alpha male universe guys. That's his name there, Bubba. Really good channel. Recommend you check it out.
Juice. So let's get this show on the road.
Because I'm careful. And I don't really want to end up in the position you guys end up in, with 4 kids, no way to ever achieve your dreams, sitting there watching some fuck like me on fuck.
The question is, bro, instead of having to be a stepdad all the time, why don't you have your own kids? That, you know, that's a troll question. It's a good question, but it's also a troll question. It's a good question, but it's also meant to trigger you, obviously. Instead of being a stepdad all the time, why don't you just have your own kids? It's fucking crazy.
On Instagram, driving Bugattis and Rolls Royces and doing whatever the fuck he wants, and you're sitting there looking at your kids like, damn it, Tommy, you motherfucker, you weren't supposed to be here. I know you guys. You guys are pathetic. Like, you guys have kids, you claim they're your life, but you hate them. I watch you, motherfucker. I can read your fucking mind. Just quit being a fucking idiot and take care of your kids. Have a plan for, like, the nighttime or even early morning to start getting ahead, and maybe you'll amount to something. But most of you won't, because you use your kids as a fucking excuse, okay? That's what you fucking do. And guess what? Me, if I had kids, that'd be dope. And I'll never need no validation. And I'll never watch any of you on Instagram, ever. I'll never do it. Because guess what? I'll be building my own Instagram and my own business and my own shit.
So we're really setting the tone strong with this AMU episode, because this is one of the most delusional takes I have ever heard from Wes Watson. So let me just talk to you, right? Let me just level one-on-one. Which one would you rather have? An Instagram or a literal legacy, a child? Like, are you kidding me, man? This guy said, you know what? I'd rather build my Instagram empire. No way did this guy say that. It's been long known that he is a very envious of men who can reproduce. He has a micro, he cannot get it in, so he can't have kids, and he pretty much ruined his bolas by all of the juice that he blasted his entire life. So he is completely cooked in that respect. He's not able to have a legacy, so he lashes out at all of the parents who watch his downfall or whatever. I mean, this guy really said that people look at their kids and hate them because they wish that they could drive a Bugatti. Like, what the hell? This just really takes the delusion to another level. And this crash out originally started because of this post that Manji made.
So I have a question for you. Do you ever notice that as you're growing and evolving or going through a transitional time in your life, that certain people start to get envious or bitter or start to even mock you? I don't know about you, but that happens to me every time I'm going through like a life change. And it's just so wild.
I don't know, man. I don't know. As much as I have empathy for this lady, she's probably seen a lot. Being with Wes Watson, probably, you know, not the most easiest person to be with, but you're also clearly attracted to guys like that. You know what I mean? Like, let's get off this fucking spiritual miracle transfer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's be for real. Let's be for real. Maybe you met like a bad version of Wes Watson, or like, you know, maybe there's other versions that aren't as bad, but I don't know. She's not gonna go dating. She's not dating a regular guy anytime soon. Let's be fair, you know. Let's be real. Let's be fucking real. You know what you like. You roll the dice with Watson. It didn't work out because he's a fucking psycho. It is what it is. But let's not. You know what I mean? Let's not start doing all this stuff. Woo shit. Let's allow it.
I asked God, I said, God, show me. I don't want to have a hardened heart, you know, towards these people. I want to have complete forgiveness, and I'm not going to allow someone else's weird projections to have any effect on me. So I asked God to show me the way that Jesus sees people. And let me tell you, my prayer was answered like that, and it was so beautiful. Let me share it with you.
I should caution, don't have any sympathy for this lady, because some people are going to say, hey man, she's trying to forgive. She's talking about Jesus. No, she's grifting. She has always used religion to grift. She is a mind, body, whole expert. She is like some spiritual grifter. This is her MO, okay? So don't fall for it. So long story short, as of recently, basically Wes Watson has been showing off this new lady that's in his life that's going to be probably for only another 2 weeks, but he's been showing her off nonetheless, and he's been doing it on purpose. He has been doing it to prove a point to Angie that he's better off without her. And these people are very immature. They are literal brats, because I have no idea why they would just try to do all of this on social media for everyone to laugh at. Like, they get so upset that videos are made on them, yet they put all of their business out there. So that's their problem, not mine. I'm here to laugh at them, and that's all I really care about. So yeah, that's basically what is the dynamic that's going on here. And Wes Watson doesn't like it. He does not like it every time Angie gets on her social media and starts talking about him. So he continued his rant.
Writes me this is like envious or something. Are you not over going out every night in MIA? Bro, you going out would be the most pitiful time ever. Like, you.
In talking as a serial raver myself, talking as a serial going out myself, it does get boring after a while. Even I can say that, even me as a fucking, you know, bedroom DJ, whatever, you know, aspiring DJ and stuff, and wanting to, you know, be out there and stuff, it does get boring. It really does. So the fact that people like this can still do it is always questionable. We always have to look at people like this who are still going out, especially that Miami scene. You know, it's like, oh, with all the LEDs and the sections and the overpriced bottles and shit, like, you have to get bored of that. At least my version of like dance music or club music is, I'd say, more varied. There's way more, there's different sets you hear. Like, you don't hear the same, like some of the streams I listen to with these guys when they go clubs, all the clubs have the same music playing. They just play it really loudly. Some of them leave the doors open so the sound kind of bleeds into the street so people can hear. Like, it's awful. It's just awful. Not a good quality night in my point of view. Plus the people that it attracts, not for me. So if it was me and I was Wes Watson, I would get bored of that, because he's been around that for a long time. You know, even post prison, he's been around that life a long time, and like, surely you have to get bored of it. Like, I don't know, like, you can only have so many shots in the section before it just becomes a little bit like, I mean, you got to pass down the baton. You got to hang up your gloves at some point. You really do. And just find other hobbies to do. Like, you have to at some point. But maybe you don't. Maybe he's built different.
I go to some shitty bar down the street from your house. Your bitch would probably be like yelling at you and shit. You probably have to borrow money for like a couple drinks from your buddies. My going out isn't yours, bro. When I go out, I get everything I want everywhere, okay? And it's very, very enjoyable. I'm not going out like in a shit bucket, like fucking with some ugly ass bitches with no money in my pocket. Dude, what are you guys even trying to do if you're not trying to pull up in a sick ass whip to a club and have badass bitches all around you? What the fuck are you even trying to do at this point? You're just like, what are you trying to do? I mean, obviously if you have a family and all that shit, she should still go with you like once a week. Like, you should still roll out and have fun. I mean, and it's like, everyone, the people who talk down this is the people who are so socially awkward that they could never even exist in a place like that. They'd be like, the place would stop, the music would stop, you walk.
The very same person who would look down upon that lifestyle was Wes Watson himself. Very recently, he was talking shit about anyone who went to the club with the baddies with stinkies and bullshit like that, right? That was a bad lifestyle to have, and that you were a total lame and that you should be in the gym. Now, he's all about turning up at the club. This is why Wes Watson is a lolcow. There are a ton of videos made on him by so many different people, not just by myself. And it's because he is a lolcow who is constantly looking for validation. Anyone who watches these videos can make a video on Wes Watson and he'd probably watch it and crash out. So whenever I have some free time, I'm gonna roast these alfalfa males. I find it hilarious that they are so soft and that they for years and years and years managed to grift and get a bunch of money. I just find it hilarious that these guys are so soft and now they're being cooked. And that's what they deserve, honestly. And you know what's even crazier is that he says, oh, even if you're married, you should still pull up to the club. What are you talking about? You shouldn't. Like what? You should be spending quality time with your wife, taking her out on a date, on an intimate date, one-on-one time, not at the club with some BBL baddies. What are you talking about? This is the stupidest bullshit I've ever heard in my life, but it gets even worse.
May start posting shit on YouTube again, but I don't like the platform. There's too many weirdos who just can say whatever they want and just be rats all day talking about other men. And it's just so weird that people nowadays make their whole channels or base their content off of other people. Like, how do you don't have any pride? Like, do these guys must not have girlfriends or wives? Because there's no way some man could have a wife or a girlfriend with someone who's so obsessed with another person. There's no way. There's no way some chick is like, yeah, that's great content. You're talking about that guy again. What? You guys are, this is mad. Dude, I feel bad for these people. Like, I just spoke about, I made myself famous off me, and you guys made yourself famous off me.
Yeah, but, you know, here you are. Here you are. Infamous or famous. Same thing I heard, same thing. Big up Wes Watson, big up Wes Watson, big up Wes Watson. Big up Bubba. Great video from him. Let's do Wings of Redemption quickly. Wings of Redemption quickly. Wings of Redemption quickly. Wings of Redemption panics when trolls play an audio of him. $130 in 2 hours isn't enough money.
Wings is streaming, let's drop by. There ain't a mod in sight. He starts raging, everybody saves the clip, and now we're banned. Make a new account next day.
Hey.
Hello, everybody.
I catch 16 at 45. I'd let that slide.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, yeah. I did say the age of consent should be 12.
Yeah, mute this guy.
Oh, I didn't.
I love how he panics straight away. That's what he actually said. I love when he plays with people and they start playing that clip of him, that infamous quip. I did say the age of consent should be 12. Like, Jesus, what else? Having that as a clip out there of you is fucking insane, man.
At 45.
Hello, everybody.
I catch 16 at 45. I'd let that slide.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, yeah. I did say the age of consent should be 12.
Yeah, mute this guy.
Oh, I didn't even add him.
He's
just joined.
Yeah. Go ahead and block him. See, like, it's always that mess.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to run in this.
I blocked him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already had him muted. It already had him muted for me.
Like I say, that's the thing. It was like when you do this, when you grab people randomly. Now one, let me find a match. Hold up. Ah, damn it!
You got me.
Dude, this guy's just sitting on plane crash. It is not. Okay. Let's play it off. Play it off.
One's on the.
Damn it, son.
How did you win that, bro? What the fuck?
Oh, come on, Jordy. You need experience. You need experience.
Fast as like square up.
Oh.
Oh, I love this guy so much. I love this guy so much. I love this guy so fucking much. I love him. Cool, we done that. Actually, we'll save that for another time. Oh yeah, the Virtual Boy. You seen this? DSP plays the Virtual Boy. This might have been one of the craziest clips ever. Such an
you can't. Oh my god, when you
such an insane clip. It makes so much sense. So Nintendo made this thing called the Virtual Boy, right? I think it was a retro, basically, of an old console from back in the day. And they kind of retroed it, right? They kind of brought it back. And it's just like a gimmicky thing. It's not really, you know what I mean? But I guess this guy, DSP, bought it because he thought he could basically make some money off of it, right? By streaming on it and shit. But it's not really meant to stream. There's no output. There's nothing that you can stream it with because you're meant to look through it like the way he's looking through it. So how are you going to fucking stream it? But there is no output anyway. In general, it's not output. But everyone knew this beforehand. He didn't do the necessary research and check because he's super lazy. So he just went through and did it anyway, right? And he decided for 1 hour, this is a 20-second clip, right? But there's a 1 hour version of this where he sits there and he narrates what he can see through this fucking Virtual Boy headset. He narrates through what he can see. He narrates it. He has the camera on him at this weird angle with all this stuff covering his face, and he just narrates for 1 hour. Do you know how insane and do you know how mentally ill you have to be to do this? Maybe you do this for a couple minutes, 10 minutes maybe, as a kind of a gag, you know, taking a piss out of yourself. But to sit there for 1 hour and do this, it's fucking insane. DSP is mentally unwell.
Yeah, you can't. Oh my god! When you jump, you can press down and you do a body splash, and you can hit enemies with the body splash. How do I do? There's a question mark block below me, but I don't know how to break it. It's in the ground. I don't know how to do it. Very weird. What's this? Okay, I got a power up. It gave me horns. So now when I dash, I can break blocks. Okay. Oh, now I can do a butt slam as well. Since I got the power up, I can do a...
We can't see anything. You can barely hear it. We can't see shit. And he just sits there and does that. Fucking insane. Fucking insane. He's not well. That guy's not well in the head, I'll tell you that. He is not well in the fucking head. Cool. We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Okie dokie, people. It's been a pleasure, never a chore. It's been a pleasure, never a chore. It's been a pleasure, never a chore. If it's your first time watching the show, you know to do smash like, hit subscribe. If first time watching the show, you know to do smash like, hit subscribe. Cool. I'll be back again tomorrow. Okay, back again tomorrow. We'll be back again tomorrow to finish all the other tabs. We're back again tomorrow to finish all the other tabs. But for now, love you and leave you. Smash like, hit subscribe, become a member, all that good shit. Let's hit 500 members before the end of the month. Who knows if you can do that? It's possible. Who bloody knows? But let's do it. Everybody else, I appreciate you. Take care. Be well. Take care. Be well.